to World Class Bullshitters, the epitome of pop culture. I'm your host, Jeff Hicks, and with me tonight is the one, the only, Dion Green.
Baby, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is so good to be back. I miss all your faces, and I promise you, I'm going to do nothing but make sweet, sweet love and not shit in your bed.
Thanks, Amber. Look, Dion, that's a big promise to make. It's 2022, but I believe in you, brother.
My man.
And finally, but not for the rest of the show, but for now, joining us, American Ramrod, Kendo Slice.
Boys, I'm here. It's a great day, and after last night's hockey game, I'm feeling the faith. I think we can turn this thing around.
Yeah, what happened? I know you were feeling the pain, but could you just tell me how bad the loss was?
So we lost game one, and Colorado's on paper a better team than what St. Louis is. And then game two, St. Louis completely dominated, so it was amazing. Then in game three, a few minutes in, our starting goalie, who has been extremely hot, got taken out and hurt his knee. And so he was done. And whenever that happens, that usually deflates the team. And then we proceeded to just not play so good for that rest of that game and the game after that. So we were down 3-1. So we were facing elimination. Well, they went out and they gave up 2 goals in the first period yesterday. So it's like, oh, good. It's curtains. It is curtains. And then Colorado scored again to make it 3-0. And that was like 10 minutes. So with 26 minutes left in the game. So like the whole third period and most of the second, or about half, a little less than half the second period, Blue scored. And then eventually they scored again with like 10 minutes to go in the third. And then they scored to tie the game with like 6 minutes to go. And it's like, okay, stop giving me hope, because it's the hope that fucking kills you, okay? That's where you make your mistake, is the hope that things are going to be okay. And damned if the Blues didn't pull a classic maneuver after fighting back and clawing their way to tie the game to allow their player to skate end to end and score. It's like, fuck, you do all that and then you piss it away a minute later. And then with 56 seconds left, they scored to tie the game again, and then went to overtime. 5 minutes in, they scored to, win the game. So it's like, oh shit. All right. So there will be a game 6. And yeah. All right. Friday night. I wish I was at home, because that place is going to be bonkers. So I'm excited. Chances are they'll go out tomorrow night and probably get their fucking doors blown off, in which case I'll become a massive Oilers or Flames fan. And we'll see how it goes.
Well, Kendo, I just hope you keep your sanity throughout the games.
I'll be fine. This ain't my first goat fuck. I've watched the Blues fall apart in the playoffs countless times over the course of my life.
But over the course of our friendship, I've watched them win it all, and I've seen the happiness that it brings to you and the prosperity it brings to this channel. So, folks, let's go root for the Blues, because WCBS wins when the Blues win.
I was going to say, I still remember that was early in my friendship with Kendo, and he has never been the same. Like, he truly has never really stopped celebrating that moment.
You shouldn't.
No, it's the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. The Blues winning the Stanley Cup.
Gloria!
The real question is, how much of the aftermath do you remember?
Pretty much everything, including the almost being killed by a deer.
Oh, shit. You'll have to tell that.
No, you guys know that story.
I meant for the audience. It's going to be on the old episodes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll tell the high-speed venison story one day.
It's a delicious story, to say the least.
Tenderized.
So, folks, Nick will be joining us in a little bit. He is from an area where if it rains, they just crash cars. It's like if there's a drop of snow in Atlanta, the whole city shuts down. If there's a drop of rain, people wreck into each other, and it's raining currently. So shit's serious in the city of Atlanta. So Nick will join us a little later tonight. Let's keep him in our thoughts. Well, if we had a WCBS phone line, we would call him right now and get the traffic report with Nick Utam.
And it's him screaming and cussing and being super pissed off. This is fucking
bullshit. I like
it.
how our version of Nick is just the same. Like, we both have the same caricature of Nick, which is probably accurate to who he really is.
You've seen him driving. You've been in the car with him. He does get agitated behind the wheel.
Dude, he also backs up at full speed.
That's also accurate.
Did we ever tell Kendall that story?
I don't think so.
Oh shit. We'll tell you off air, because I don't know. I don't know if I should ever tell it publicly, so I'll just tell you off air.
Well, I mean, as long as the statute of limitations run out on vehicular incidents, I think it's okay.
Well, I don't know if they have yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm just playing. No, so folks, like I said, Nick will be there with us in a moment, but we have a ton of stuff to cover tonight. But first, let's talk about the present. Currently, well, we're in California. Well, for Star Wars Celebration, I'm here. I was at the convention today. I got a lot of footage locked down. So, folks, what I'm going to be doing is releasing that footage over the weekend. Update on some cool Star Wars toys because, you know, we make the best Star Wars toy videos. There's also going to be looking at some higher end Star Wars collectibles too, just because people, every time someone comes up to me and goes, oh, I love your toy videos. Well, here's another one, just like DJ Khaled says, and another one, and another one. Yeah. Give one to your mother. Mother's Day's past, but let's celebrate moms every day. Give one to the lady in your life, friends. Yeah, give them WCBS. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
We should come out with our own official, like, mother's line.
I have thought of that before. We should.
Yeah.
Mother, there is no other. We'll do it Mr. T style.
Yeah.
You remember that song?
No.
Oh, you got. I'm not going to play it on the show because it's terrible, but look it up.
I will do so.
So, folks, make sure you have your bell notifications turned on to all and jump through all those stupid hoops that YouTube makes sure to find us because we're worth it, and we'll make sure that we give you guys some fun stuff this weekend. Now, also, Saturday night, 7 o'clock at Fire and Ice. Come hang out with us. So, of course, Star Wars Celebration is a great time to meet fans and other, you know, people that you know, but it's also a great time to meet outside of the convention. So if you want to just come hang out with us, that's where we're going to be on Saturday night. I don't need you to come spend money to support Disney to come hang out with WCBS. That's not how it works. So just come out, grab a drink, grab some food, shoot the shit. We'll have fun. We'll talk about entertainment, whatever you really want to talk about. We'll even talk about Johnny Depp and Amber Turd. It'll be a fun night. Now, last time, that'll be 7 o'clock at Fire and Ice. So, guys, I have a question for you. On a list of actresses who should never play a superhero, who's high up on that list for you?
That should never play a superhero? Jonah Hill.
Fucking Woody Allen.
Michael Cera.
Okay. I mean, Michael Cera technically has played a superhero. He played Scott Pilgrim. He versed the world, and he won.
Oh.
So, but did that work? Because there was like a movement to keep him off of that movie poster because he was like the most unlikable actor ever, and that killed that movie.
Yeah,
is it wrong to be happy about that?
No, because Michael Cera sucks. And
Okay.
He is terrible, and he does this. He plays the same role in every movie, but he's not as good as Danny McBride, who does the same thing but is entertaining.
All right, that's a fair answer. Well, I have some bad news. It looks like Leslie Jones is about to play a superhero.
Oh, no.
I mean, it was only a matter of time. You know, she says it stopped being flavor of the month, apparently.
So you guys want to hear about this?
I mean,
Reluctantly.
yeah, I guess so. I don't know what superhero she would play.
Plastic Woman.
What the fuck is a plastic woman?
The upcoming series is a gender-flipped take on Plastic Man, who has been a fixture in DC Comics for over 50 years. He's also been the occasional member of the Justice League, but it doesn't look like Eel O'Brien is getting his own show or his own movie anytime soon. So they're having Plastic Woman. It's currently in its early stages of development, but Leslie Jones is going to play Plastic Woman, and it'll probably be on Adult Swim. So it's a race gender swapped cartoon. I'm so outraged right now, Blarg.
Chalk that up into the category of things I'm never going to watch because I don't care.
I mean, I like Plastic Man, but yeah, it's just one of those things where it sucks because they've tried it before with Leslie Jones and the shit didn't work. So it just sucks because now you're gonna have a character that you kind of want people to get to warm up to, and it's gonna be Leslie Jones doing it's a Cadillac bit.
Mm-hmm.
Only stretchy.
Well, the audience clearly doesn't like it, so we got people
Don't get me wrong. I get why NBC likes her. It's necessarily she's not for the people that still watch network television, she's not too aggressive. She's not too repugnant on the initial senses. It's a safe play. But if you want to make movies, she clearly is not the person for this, and it's just going to be a waste of time. Again, I don't dislike Leslie Jones, but I wouldn't tie any franchise to her whatsoever.
No.
I mean, if people are going to shit on, especially previous conversation, we're talking about Michael Cera. You're talking about a one-trick pony. Yeah, I mean, she's funny in the right stuff, but I sure as hell wouldn't put a superhero on her.
No.
I'm so excited for this show to not do it. I'm just not in.
Yeah, and then we can be called racist for not liking it.
I mean, can we though?
I mean,
Dion,
I could be called that for not liking it.
I probably won't. I can't speak for the Appalachian hero of the people, but
Nick's not here.
Damn. But yeah, I mean, there definitely is. I mean, and it always comes up when Star Wars comes up, right? There's always that contingent that cannot logically fathom the thing that they like not being that good. Look at how people reacted to the fucking Last of Us 2. Like the idea that, hey, shock value doesn't make a game good. Well, you just like that. That's for sure going to be there. I think, especially people are going to cut. And hey, I'm sure that they'll put a lot of smoke behind it and a lot of smoke up her ass about it. But it's not going to be that. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's not going to be that funny. And we're going to get it's a Cadillac, and then no one's gonna laugh, and then it's gonna be like, well, it's the white movie critics that don't want to see. It's like, no, did you laugh at that joke? Because if you look at me in my face and tell me you laughed at that joke, you and I both know that you're fucking lying. So we'll see.
Well, I won't. Let's move on from Leslie Jones very, very far away. Quickly on this topic, though, that Miss Marvel show is getting rave reviews early on from the blue check marks on Twitter.
Well, yes, the blue check marks.
We're hearing comments like, Miss Marvel, I've seen the first 2 episodes. They're a delight. Very Spider-Man Homecoming in tone and aesthetic.
Oh, that's not a selling point.
The actress is charismatic, compelling, endearing. Her supporting cast rules. The soundtrack is banging, and its passion for Marvel is infectious. It's so fun. What does that even mean?
I don't know. You could say the same thing for a lot of porno movies.
So that was one of those moments where it's like you just use a lot of words to say absolutely nothing. So none of those things describe the show. None of them describe it.
There's a thread that I wanted to put out there because the first guy, Jermaine Lucier, says it's a delight. The next person says the next person, Eric Goldman, says they're a delight. The next person says the first 2 episodes are delightful. That's like, it's the fucking talking point. Use the word delight, please. The show's a delight.
Yeah.
That's our word of the week. Delight.
Yeah, delight is the word of the week. By the way, folks, I'm working on the Robocoke shirts. We can have those ready for next week. I got the font and stuff ready. It's going to say Robocoke Lines of Justice. So be prepared. More delightful. All right, folks. What can you do with the word?
Which is funny, because these studios think that people don't pick up on that shit, and it's like if they're all saying the same word or the same phrase, that's a really good indicator that it's not good. Because what was the word for A Wrinkle in Time when that shit? What were they saying? Like, I think it was inspirational. Was all the fucking reviews kept saying that?
I mean, it changed.
Like, when inspirational or delight is used. And it's not talking about this is what happens in the fucking movie. This is why I like it. That means that they are grasping at straws, my good sir.
Dion, what it makes me think of? How like whenever they're about to have like a WWE like pay-per-view and they're building up to it and they have their buzzwords for that, and like the WrestleMania, there was the most stupendous, spectacular, blah blah blah, the last one, and they just everybody that was talking about it kept hammering home those words. It kind of sounds like the same thing. Like they got a list of words from Vince McMahon of how to talk about the event or whatever. So like somebody put out a presser. It's like, when you talk about Miss Marvel, here are the words to use: delightful, delighted, spectacular, and all that other bullshit. That's what it sounds like to me, because of having watched enough wrestling, I know when there's a script that's been handed out and saying, hey, use these words to hammer home what you're talking about.
Well, that reminds me of when they did the TLC pay-per-view where they were uniting the belts, and they kept, because it was fucking Cena Orton 37, and they kept saying, what did they kept calling, like the most important match of all time or something?
Yeah.
And they kept fucking saying it, and it ended up being like the lowest selling December pay-per-view of all time or something really close to it.
Yeah. And then they didn't learn their lesson like a year or so ago when it was Edge versus Orton for like the bazillionth time, and it was this could be the greatest wrestling match of all time. It's like it's probably not.
Yep. And it wasn't bad, but it wasn't very good. And it's like, stop. And you would think other companies would learn from this shit. But it's like, stop giving them the Vince McMahon fucking talking points, because it like you're the audience you want to watch it isn't going to be like, oh my God, they said delightful. Now I have to watch Miss fucking Marvel. It's like, no, you're trying to make another superhero teen show, and the trailers were bad, and you changed the character, and now you're saying it's just a delight. It's a delight. Nobody goes to watch a teen show because it's a fucking delight. That's such a weird way to describe it.
It's sunny.
Right. Dear Hollywood, the general public of the United States is dumb, yes, but we're not that stupid. We can see through the bullshit sometimes.
Yeah, and this is one of those times.
Correct.
Folks, let's talk about something a little sad for just a moment. Today, a legendary actor passed away. So Ray Liotta passed away. He was 67 years old. He's the star of Goodfellas. You may know him like I do as the voice of Tommy Vercetti from Grand Theft Auto Vice City. He's also in Field of Dreams. Mm-hmm. Oh, he's been in tons of fucking movies. And sadly, he passed away in his sleep last night. As I said, he was only 67 years old, and I don't think the cause of death has been released yet. So,
I mean, when you're doing a lot of cocaine and you're a mobster, as I saw him play that, when he played that himself in that movie with Joe Pesci, he knew that shit was going to catch up with him.
Isn't it weird that the real Henry Hill lived longer than Ray Liotta?
No, real Henry Hill's dead.
Okay, he died in the 90s, didn't he?
No, 2012.
Maybe the 80s.
Yeah, I was going to say he's been dead for like 10 years.
Okay.
It was like one of those things. It's like Henry Hill died, and the first thing that everybody that knew that name thought was, "Oh shit, they fucking whacked him." And it's like, nah, he just died of cancer or something. It's like, oh, the mob gave him cancer. That's how they got him.
They was dripping fucking mercury in his coffee, those bastards.
Yeah, they'll go to any lengths to fucking whack a rat.
I know.
Yeah, man, I fucking love Ray Liotta.
I do too.
Liotta. That makes me super sad.
Yeah. There's a hidden gem. It's called Unlawful Entry, I believe. It's him, Madeline Stowe, and Kurt Russell from like 1991 or 2 or 3, maybe. I don't know. It's one of those things that when we got upgraded to like the movie package on our cable when I was a kid, it came on late one night. I'm like, Kurt Russell, I love Kurt Russell. And I watched that movie, and I like Ray Liotta like frightened me. He was that creepy and fucking weird. I think that's what the movie's called. It's really good. I would recommend that one.
Killing Him Softly for me. As much as I love Goodfellas, and he's arguably my favorite part of Goodfellas, Killing Him Softly, which is an underrated movie. The only critique of that movie is probably they wrote that movie just for the end scene with Brad Pitt. But Ray Liotta's, one of the runners for an underground gambling site, and he's awesome in it. And he's these dudes rob it, and he gets blamed for it and shit. And he was always one of the fucking greatest parts of any movie he was in, and he's one of the best parts of Killing Him Softly. Ray Liotta was just the fucking man. Heartbreakers, yeah, fuck, he was awesome.
Yes, Cosmic Vader, his laugh will forever be in pop culture. So Ray Liotta, rest in peace, man. You were one of the greats. So today, like I said, I was at Star Wars Celebration, and they've announced a new show. So were you guys on the stream when I talked about John Watts' new Star Wars show? Now, John Watts is the guy that did the Spider-Man Homecoming movies, all those, that trilogy. And I've heard that they were trying to do an Amblin-style coming-of-age Star Wars show. Do you remember me talking about that one?
No.
Okay, so we have confirmation of what it is called today. So Jude Law is going to be in a Star Wars series. Isn't that weird?
Damn.
A little odd, but that's a pretty big get.
Yeah, so It's called Skeleton Crew. It's going to focus on a group of kids around 10 years old from a tiny little planet who get lost in the Star Wars galaxy. And so the series will be about their journey home. And while the show is about kids, it's not necessarily for kids.
So it's Space Stranger Things.
Yep.
Stranger Springs.
Now,
Things.
I've been going through Stranger Things, getting ready for the new season that's dropping. I forgot how good the show was. Like that first season, man, was fucking awesome.
That first season was incredible. It was perfect. Everything about it was fantastic. And then they started the ball started coming a little loose from the runner in the second season. And in the third season, that fucking thing was spilled on the floor and Leon Lett was kicking it over the end line.
Sorry, I'm just reading the chat. It's making me laugh right now. God damn it, Dirk. No, yeah, the first season, we're only a couple episodes in. We're in the one where I guess Hopper just discovered the upside down entry point inside of the Hawkins electric building, and then he got hit, and that's where I stopped. I mean, I've seen all the episodes, so it's not like it's new for me, but it's really nice watching something that comes from the era right before all this weird political shit. It's in the entertainment, but it's also nice to watch something that's just genuinely fun to watch and well made. It doesn't have any lapses. It doesn't have all this bullshit that Stranger Things would have later on. I can't sing the praises of this series, but that first season, man, that was such a watertight show. They knew how to get everything out of the kid actors. They knew how to make Winona Ryder seem real. Hopper's great. I don't know, man. I'm just really into it this time around. First time, yes, but this time even more.
Yeah, for sure. I will say one thing I am thankful for is that it's dropping tomorrow, and I've had many kids tell me that they will not be at school tomorrow because they're going to stay home to watch Stranger Things, and I said that's okay with me.
At least they're honest about it. And I really did like the third season. I did like it. Like you said, there was those. Season 2 still was good, but like the shit with 11. And going off to see the other kids or whatever, like that was just so heavy-handed and awkward. Yeah. And then 3, I thought they got it back together. Fucking Billy, I fucking loved Billy. The mind flare, him. That shit was cool as shit. But yeah, I am excited. As much as I think season 1's still the best season, I am excited. And oddly enough, I'm kind of interested to see how when they split up the episodes, how that shit's gonna go down. So I'm invested, man. I'm invested.
So, a little more insight for those who give a shit. Obviously, we're not here to promote the Star Wars show, just to talk about it. John Watts said the Skeleton Crew offer a different perspective on the Star Wars universe from a fresh set of eyes. The series had a working title of Grammar Rodeo, and here's the only interesting part for me that I wanted to tell the audience about. It's set after the events of Star Wars Return of the Jedi around the same time as The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett. So crossover city.
I thought the sequel, that time period was so rife for storytelling, and it's just so great. And that you had all these characters, Jeff.
But I just figured it out. This is where Baby Yoda goes, or Grogu. If Jude Law is going to be helping these 10 kids on their journey, there you go. That's how they probably get you hooked for a second season. They'll transfer Grogu to that series because people will watch it, and the Mandalorian will go off on his own thing. That's just a guess.
I wouldn't be surprised, but in terms of fresh eyes, it's like wow, it's just interesting how these fresh eyes keep going back to the original trilogy timeline instead of the sequel one. But I thought everyone loved it. I thought this Lucasfilm was super excited to not only continue that story, but to give Mr. Rian Johnson his own trilogy. That's just so weird. But we're wrong. Dude. We're wrong. Remember, Twitter says we're wrong.
No, dude, I got some cool. I was talking to some people at the convention today, hearing about how right we were about certain things. So that was fun. We'll put up that on Patreon. There you go, folks. We'll talk about what we learned about at Celebration later on. So, yeah, did you guys watch the Cassian Andor trailer that dropped today?
I did not.
So I watched it. It doesn't have any lightsabers in it, which is refreshing. It's about the Empire. It's set in that era. So more stormtroopers, but they also have clone troopers featured. I'll just pull it up to show people, but somebody said it's nothing to write home about. I would never write home about this show, so I'm inclined to agree with you.
They just waited too long.
Yeah, thank you. Dude, Rogue One came out in 2016, so 6 years ago.
Jesus Christ.
Good movie. I liked it back then. I like it a little less because the emotional high from thank God it's not The Force Awakens really altered my score in the moment. But then I cooled down and realized it's fine. It ain't perfect. It's better than anything else Disney has made. So 6 years later, I don't know why they're trying to make this happen. Cassian Andor was one of the lamest, most forgettable dudes. He died and you didn't care. Did you care that anyone died outside of the robot in that movie?
No.
Yeah, I mean, I was sad that the rest of the crew died, but the main characters, I was like, man, Cassian Andor is just like kind of he's just one of those characters where he had one really good line, and so everyone wanted to make a show out of it because he had the line where he's like, I've been doing this since I was 16 years old or whatever, and people got fucking boners about it, and it's kind of like what happened with Boba Fett, but clearly not as cool. And it's like ever since we need to have a Cassian Andor show, blah, 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 blah. And it's like that one line was cool. Yeah. I'm not interested in what he was doing as he was part of the rebellion. He's just not that interesting a fucking character. And now they're doing it. And it's just like, okay, like what? Because you guys painted yourself into a corner. Now you're bringing him up because he had one cool line in the fucking movie. And it's like, it's probably not going to be that interesting.
Yeah. Well, plus with that movie, it's like really hard to get emotionally invested in any of the characters because you know the story and you know that they all have to die.
Yeah. It's still the best one because I really wanted to watch The Force Awakens and know that Ray was going to die, but it didn't happen.
Wasn't in the cards, Chief.
Ain't no motherfucking way. You knew that was going to happen.
Mm.
Dude, before I hit play on this trailer, speaking of Ray, I was shooting the toy video today. And these two people started to heckle me, and they're like, "Look at the guns on Ray! Look at the guns on Ray!" And at first, I was like, "All right, these two dudes are just like getting hard off a statue." But then I went to like another booth, and they kept saying it, and I looked at them like, "Oh wait, they recognized me for the toy video." So, dudes, there's your shout out. Thank you for today at Star Wars Celebration. Look at the guns on Ray. If you're into buff chicks, folks, buy the statue. The actress doesn't have the muscles, but the statue does. Whew, look at the guns on Ray. So, you guys want to watch this trailer?
Let's do it to it, baby.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, hold on. Let's introduce the last standing Simone. Big Rig, Nick, you turn.
About fucking time.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
How was the traffic, buddy?
Oh, it's fine. It's just Atlanta's a lot like LA when it comes to people driving in the rain. Nobody can ever do it. It seems like so.
Nope.
Yep.
Yeah, there was no rain here today, and it took me an hour and a half to get home.
That's just California, man. I don't know what you're tripping about.
No, that's just today's traffic because there was
man.
fire.
It's like what did you
for Buffalo?
Yeah. It's like what did you expect moving there? The traffic would all of a sudden disappear.
I would never expect there to be two fires at the same time. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
It's fire season in California, man. It's a fire sale, man. Everybody got to leave. Everybody got to leave.
Half of New Mexico's on fire right now.
Yeah.
Does anybody care?
No.
I like Mexico.
No, he said New Mexico.
That's a place?
Yeah, there's a new one, Dion. It's in all the papers.
Mexico's not in vote.
Dang it.
Bro.
Oh yeah, we got running water and everything. It's great.
Holy shit, really?
And we shit in the house, in the toilet, but not in the outhouse.
We shit in the house.
Shit in the house.
Folks, Dion shits in the house. Congratulations.
Untamed savage.
I want a soundbite of that. Hey, yeah, I shit in the house. Sorry, man. That's almost as funny as Dustin. Well, no.
Dig it.
Yeah. Yours is actually something I would just joke about. His is sad. So, folks, we're gonna check this out with no sound on. We'll jump through it so we don't get any copy strikes. But there we go. So this is your first look at Andor. There's a bell tower in the Star Wars universe, Dion.
This looks like fucking Italy or some shit.
Yeah.
That's where the prequels were shot. Damn. So this guy is just gonna ring a bell. It's really not important.
Okay, so he's just okay. So it's all right. So, cool. He's ringing a bell.
So it appears that Cassian Andor comes from an indigenous type of people.
He's a gypsy.
Yeah, he's a gyppo.
Gypsies, tramps, and thieves.
I didn't know you liked Cher, bro.
Yeah.
Just the one song.
Just that one?
They keep they keep showing weird stuff. Like they showed a junkyard and have people in a fucking white room building stuff. Like what's going on here?
So this guy on the far left looks like Trinity from the Matrix's brother, and so he's just spying from another reality on the Empire.
Oh god.
So yeah, this is
He probably he is the spy, Jeff. He is the spy.
Yeah.
I never saw it coming. Now, we have heard for years that Disney wants to make all of these shows about the formation of the First Order, which is essentially the Empire 2.0, aka a ripoff. But this is a show about the formation of the Empire. They're making shit about the formation of the Empire instead of the First Order? Like, wasn't that their whole directive, guys? And the answer is yes, this is rhetorical and I'm being silly. But their whole directive was, oh, it's about the new order, the First Order, and what we're going to do with the new Star Wars. But when you need to get an IP off the ground quickly, what do you jump into? The Empire, stormtroopers, recognizable shit from the past, X-Wings, TIE fighters. I'm on board.
Darth Vader and shit.
Yeah, but don't sit and tell me that you truly believe in the new Star Wars universe when you go back to the old. Like, I went today, folks, and here's a spoiler alert for tomorrow's toy video. There ain't a single goddamn episode 7, 8, and 9 piece of toy from Hasbro, the one who has the master license on this shit. You go to the high-end stuff, you're not seeing it either. You can go to statues and find it, but statue collection's a little different beast. But in the toy market, hashtag where's Ray meant dick. And so we now have 100% proof. And I only bring this up to just remind you guys that there was an online movement where people guilted a company to make more female figures. And so we watched that glut at the toy store here on this channel. And now when the glut's over and things have evened out, they don't touch those characters anymore. There's no art. There's no nothing from them. It's like they're never going to get erased. But they're never going to get rebooted. They've been erased, essentially. Even now at the celebration of Star Wars, when Jon Favreau's up there talking and shit, they're talking about this shit in the original trilogy. They don't even care. They made a couple $1 billion and lost a couple $1 billion. That movie's just that's not even a wash. It's just a fucking waste.
Yeah, but these are the same people. Like these are all these companies who believe in Twitter, and like when people yell at them on there, like, oh shit, we have to conform to these three people's ideals for the rest of the company, or else we're gonna get canceled. It's like Twitter is not real life. I hate to tell you that. It's not.
It's not?
No, it's not.
I've been lied to.
Oh shit. Doing real good on Twitter, so I'm doing real good on life. So we've to set up people getting scared from the Empire coming.
So we're in third world Star Wars now all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Why are we in poor planet?
Star Wars Mexico.
More like Star Wars
Honestly,
Haiti. It's more like Star Wars Haiti. Come on, like there's trash and shit everywhere. Come on, man.
You guys remember the Favela from Modern Warfare 2? It's the same thing, but in space.
Oh,
come watch our show.
Oh my god.
I wonder if we're gonna get a trigger warning like they do for that Julius Caesar play.
I mean, I'm kind of triggered right now because this looks like shit.
Yeah, it looks like they just went to places like around the globe and added like fucking like lit up buttons on walls like right over there, just make it look futuristic. Like that's all they did.
No, that's not this. It sucks that this is what comes out so late after garbage like Book of Boba Fett or garbage like the sequel trilogy or Solo, because it's like I'm burnt out, and I also know what they do with these kind of stories. And it's not about the political allegory. It's like the way they structure these shows, the way they stretch out, they make mountains out of molehills. Like these shows offer very little in terms of what their content is. But like the little flourishes, like in The Mandalorian I enjoyed, there are certain little Star Wars-esque things. And it's like this one tries to get that with like, oh, Star Wars military design is based off World War II. So we're trying to have certain things like that. I like and respect those things from a design element. But that's not enough to like make this show worthwhile. I want to give a positive where I can, but like, dude, what I'm seeing, realistically, the outdoor shit looks like kids in Europe playing Star Wars and somebody filmed them on a cell phone. It just looks weird to me.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
I mean, I like this Empire shit. I like to see how the Empire was formed. The Empire scenes in Rogue One are interesting to me. More moths or whatever you want to fucking call them. This stuff is fine. can't get excited for this show, man. It is Star Wars. It's modern Star Wars. It's Disney Star Wars.
What the fuck?
It's just cash in on recognizable
They
food.
have their own coffee cups. What's going on here? What is this?
Dude, you know they drink their coffee as they look at radar. What's all this?
I always
bubbling
drink
and
my
churning?
coffee when I look at radar every time.
Of course we do, sir. Guaranteed to be 100,000 times better. Spaceballs. Like
God.
Spalls.
They should they should make fucking spin-offs of Spaceballs. Like give me the fucking parody of Planet of the Apes on that one. Like I would love that shit. That'd be great.
We could make it. Folks, if you want the best Star Wars parody since Spaceballs, check out Stealing Solo. Miss Ninja Julian's been dropping the link. We keep the link in the description below. It's still available. But if you want that original cover, I'm going to have an eBay store up. That's the link for the Fandom Menace edition, and you can get that. But the old school cover, the toy box cover, my personal favorite. Well, I can't say it's my personal favorite. Anna did a great job. The other covers look cool. But that toy box cover, one day when we go to the next printing, which is cool, it won't be that long, I'm going to get that cover recommissioned, and it's going to look even different. So be on the lookout. But more Star Wars Moffs, generals, action figure fodder, all this shit. I wonder what kind of allegory we're going to get. What do you think Disney's going to try to do? Tell us a class story, a race story, a wealth story?
Dude.
All of the
It's
above.
100% a class story. Look at it. It's 100% a class story. Because you see, it showed it's showing everybody, in like the gypsies on the fucking side of the river, the trash, things like that, and then you see the Empire in like this entire white clean room. Like they're really trying to do the class story.
Does that work in Star Wars for you?
No, and nor do I care for it. I don't give a shit about the class. I mean, once again, I want to know the details of certain worlds, but like, I don't care enough about Star Wars now to give a shit. Like maybe before when it was ran properly, yeah, but now I just don't care anymore.
Well, I think it takes out the humanity when they try to make the Empire and Rebel Alliance struggle more classist, because it used to just be good and bad, black and white.
No, and that's what it should be. But here's the thing: as we've seen with the way they do their enemies, we're gonna see people from the higher class look at people from the lower class and like humanize them, and there's gonna be this whole thing of them trying to help each other and that bullshit. There's never gonna be a true bad guy that you're just like fuck that person. It's never gonna happen.
Well, the chick from the Kenobi show, I think it's funny that the Black Inquisitor is called the Third Sister, but I'll just leave that joke alone. But straight up, she has more representation of merchandise than other characters. So I'm guessing based on that alone, she's going to have a bigger presence because she's got vintage collection stuff. She's got a Black Series figure. She's got more stuff than Obi-Wan himself had. I think. Jeez. I don't remember seeing a vintage style Obi-Wan to match her. She was kind of on her own shelf away. So clearly this character has value that they're going to pump out merchandise. Also, guys, I did see one of our favorite female rebels floating around. So that's a hint for something later in the show.
Oh,
dig it.
Okay.
So more of the show looks there's what's his face? Stellan Skarsgård.
Holy shit, really?
Yeah, he's in this.
He's in this too?
Well, The Mandalorian had Werner Herzog. So you got to get old foreign white guys with respectability to make your show not suck ass. That's the Disney method. It worked for The Mandalorian, so it's going to work for this, they hope. Does that work second time? Probably not. We'll find out.
Man, no. This is, yeah.
So we have the raft. This looks like a scene from a Marvel movie.
Yep.
More Empire stuff. A look inside of how they...
clean hallways, cool, guess, awesome, whatever. Clones, maybe.
No, I don't think these are clones because they have different hair and shit. Well, no, because one's black. There's a couple black guys in here. Yeah, that guy appears as black.
You can clone anybody in the future, Jeff. Jesus.
No, but according to Star Wars lore, there's a point in time where they abandon the clone army and go to recruit. So I guess that's what this show's about. Huh. Oh, well.
So I guess that's supposed to be Karita?
This is Kmart David Hasselhoff. So I guess we're going to find out that somehow Cassian Andor is exceptionary. Oh, look, we're going to get to go back to Coruscant. You guys excited about going back to Coruscant?
No.
No, not really.
Can't wait.
Yeah. Clone troopers, fights and shit, explosions, random white guy, don't care about him. Like, that was our Cassian Andor shot in the trailer. That was kind of it.
Yeah, man, that's.
And then this lady talks and it shows the logo. So if we're going to be fair, based on what you've seen outside, imagine if you saw this without Disney Star Wars existing yet. Would this excite you?
I would be. I'd say I'd be interested. I'd be interested if it wasn't. Take out all the Disney Star Wars bullshit. I would be interested. I wouldn't be excited, but it'd be like, okay, maybe what are they gonna have this spinoff be? But once you add in the context of it being Disney Star Wars, you're just like, damn, dude, this is not gonna be very good.
That's kind of what I would say if you would have shown me this. I'm like, oh, this would have looked like one of those weird, serious fan fictions that you got like Power/Rangers a couple years ago. This just reminds me of that, where it's like, oh, we're going to do a really great high budget Star Wars fan fiction trailer. That's kind of the vibes I'm getting from this show.
Well, I'm getting early Game of Thrones more. You keep getting these fucking long haul setup shots of people sitting at round tables and round structures, and everything's fucking gray, and then you have, your bad guys that are in white, you've got your bad guys that are in gray, and then all the good people are in tatters. And if it weren't for Disney Star Wars, I would have had more of they're trying to make Star Wars into Game of Thrones. And it's a bit like this shot here, you have this fucking round table council setup thing, and they've got the fucking shit goes to the ceiling, and it's open roof, and they're all wearing fucking white and gray, and it's just like, now it's as if in order to kind of rebrand, they're getting away from Disney and trying to make it like, hey, remember how Game of Thrones was all gray tones and the bad guys are the ones in white? Yeah, that's kind of crazy, right? We're doing that here now, and it's like, it's just that the story's just not interesting enough for that shit to happen.
Yeah, I'm just, I'm going to end it on that. I don't really have anything else to say about this one. It looks like I think Optic Racer had a great point on that. The world looks very well done. The characters, though, they're the expected silly agendas to be presented and are sure to ruin it in a hurry. Yeah. Ah, perfect. Our friends are here. So we're going to save other trailer talk for a little later in the show because I don't want to bombard you guys with Mission Impossible as well as Thor right here in the front. I want to check in with the audience and start talking about a couple of our bigger topics for tonight, including a fun entrance survey for Obi-Wan, which we're all going to take together and see who hits the highest score. Now, Hank VP in the chat saying there's no merchandise for the Andor show. There will be. The reason these shows are set in certain timelines is because there's a great amount of reuse. If you're a Star Wars collector, and Dion can attest to this, Star Wars toys reuse parts for way too long, or sometimes they put the money in and they get the sculpt right. What they've done recently is they put stormtroopers in a ton of shit. Basically, they take that same stormtrooper figure, with or without a holster, and they sell it to you in a different box that says The Mandalorian or The Book of Boba Fett or this or that. And it's the same thing you're going to get with this show. So eventually you'll get the same merchandise down the road. But this is like a new thing today. So I guess you have to wait a year if you want this shit. And secondly, there's a poster celebration. It's his fucking face. And you know what? Don't buy in. I personally would never recommend anybody buy the Disney Star Wars toys. You guys do what you want. It is your power, your money, your whatever. So you guys do what you want to do. But if you need Cassian Andor, take this advice from me. Don't buy the new one. The old one flopped for a reason. You can get the old Cassian Andor figure for like pennies. He's about as valuable as Rose Tico. So if you feel the urge to collect Cassian Andor because of your excitement for this show, buy the one from Rogue One and save tons of money. Just don't feed the beast. There you go. Pay 3 pennies. I honestly have a video, folks. Go back in the archives. We have a video where I found a Cassian Andor figure for 3 cents. There's receipts and shit in the video. I don't know, Cesario Japan. I don't know, but we'll block this one. There we go. All right, so let's check in with the audience because we have a lot of stuff to say. Thank you, folks, for supporting WCBS. We're going to have a fun show tonight. Dion, pick a number between 1 and 69, please.
67.
67. They won't let you remember.
God, that never gets old.
Well, neither does this. Thank you, SH Rebels 08, or Shrebels 08. The word of the day is turd. Amber does turd, the Turd King, and Star Wars, The Rise of Turd. Now, folks, we will talk about Amber Turd tonight because this is the last week for the trial. Now, we're not going to try to beat a dead horse after the fact. We're following it like a lot of you, or you're like me, you just read the headlines and laugh at the stupidity, but it confirms a lot of the things you thought were true about the world. So that's why I want to talk about it at times, because it's kind of funny, the light that shines. But folks, do us a favor. Use your power to come up with the best turd titles. Last week, Robocoke became a t-shirt. If you guys can
Robocoke
film title, and yeah, Nick, I was telling the audience, I will have that ready in the coming days. I got the font downloaded. I'm going to make the logo and do all of the stuff and do it up just right. I wish there was a way to get those chromium printed shirts. How cool would that be? People think you're walking down the street in this bitchin' RoboCop shirt. You're like, nah, bro, it's Robocoke. People are like, what? You know, bring them back to the show.
There you go.
But yeah, folks, if you could come up with an amazing turd title, we might put it on a shirt or a piece of merchandise, and you can get it and wear it and show that you love WCBS by wearing a shirt that says Lord of the Turds.
Fistful of turds.
Turdarang.
12 angry turds.
Now, is Turdarang a parody of Boomerang or Pootie Tang?
My man. That's why we're best buddies, man.
Yeah.
Hot turd time machine.
Hot turd time machine.
Uncle Red Turd.
Turds
I
from
feel
the
like
crypt.
that time machine runs on morning coffee.
No methane.
The turd from the Black Lagoon.
That might win.
Field of Turds.
Oh jeez.
Oh,
R.I.P. Ray Liotta.
Yeah. You want turd fellas?
That would work.
Sadly, it does.
Yes.
So, folks, have fun with Shrebels Turds tonight, and do your work.
Turd City.
What?
GTA Turd City.
That's just Grand Theft Auto, the collected editions on the Switch.
Yeah.
Damn.
John Thomas, thank you very much for your generous super chat. John says, Jeff, you said last week y'all were coming to Knoxville. When? I hope I can finally meet you and Jesse. I live down by Chattanooga now. I believe that was in regards to seeing Nick. Nick, you're the Knoxville guy, so
Yeah.
East Tennessee, born and bred.
Unfortunately,
on the playground, where he spent most of it. I don't know.
Made most of his meth.
Is that what you could do? Is that how you made all that money in grade school?
Listen, man. Listen. All right. Things were tough back then. I had to make choices. Okay,
Yeah.
not the best ones, but I had to make them.
I had to sell
Yeah, but
crack
you're
to
making
protect
that
my
money.
grandmother.
Yeah, dude. Nick's one of them hardy mountain folk. They know how to make ends meet.
but trust me, when I walk through the through the streets, nobody believes that shit. They're like, oh yeah, they treat me like I'm a tourist. It's like, nope, I lived here most of my life.
I could tell you more about the city than you can.
Yeah, it's
You ever been through a back alley with nothing on you, nothing in your pockets but the $5 you're about to make? Have you?
Nick's the kind of guy that knows how to get you into Dolly World for free.
That's 100% true.
My
Gatling
favorite
Bird's
time was
most
when we got,
wanted.
dude. My favorite time was when we got to Dollywood for free by driving there by mistake. We're like, oh shit, we're in Dollywood. How do we get back here? Like we got through security and everything. We were in the back of the fucking thing with all the people.
Yep.
We should do that again.
Oh, definitely, man.
But John, I would love to meet you one day, man. Come up to Horror Hound. That's as close as we usually. Well, for now, that's as close as we get to the area. So that's in Cincinnati, Ohio. But we'll be going to Indianapolis in the future, and as well as other cons. I like to go work them as an artist and have fun, meet friends, hang out. So Primer, thank you very much for your $5 super chat. He says, "Hail WCBS! The trailer for Andor just dropped, and it looks mediocre as fuck." Agreed. I'm calling it now. The show will be about evil capitalists oppressing minorities.
Yep.
He's probably not wrong.
Yep. Because it fucking reads like that. It looks. Yeah, it really does fucking read like that. So,
It does.
man.
I don't know if I can handle what if they do something that they like. What if they put something on the Empire that's so heinous that makes us like actually just be turned off by the Empire? They're like, oh, they made the Empire do that. You think there's anything they can do to make the Empire that despicable in your eyes?
Yeah, gas a village.
I'm okay if the Empire does that.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's the Empire,
depends
bro.
on which village.
Anyone, it's the Empire.
That's fair.
I don't know. I mean, listen, it's just so hard to pinpoint what Lucasfilm's gonna fuck up, because that's just their thing. They can't help themselves. So I don't know if they'll make it to where they'll try to make the Empire. I don't know. I just think that they'll find one thread that they think is topical and they're just gonna pull on.
But well, here's and I remember the term that Dion used, and I love it. They love the taste of that shotgun. That's the term I love.
Yep. They fucking love the taste of that shotgun barrel.
But one thing I did notice in that trailer is watching the sequel trilogy. The Empire was very diverse. And this one, all of a sudden, it goes back to not being that way. It's weird.
Yeah, it's like they want to make them even more evil. How do you make them more evil? They're all white. It's like,
I mean, that's a good way to make them all evil.
there was a couple black guys in the Empire in this, and like
Are they janitors too?
no, they're in the white room.
With black curtains?
Thank you for picking up on that one. That's exactly what I was going for. But here, look, right here. There they are. There's a black guy here, and that guy looks like George Takei.
Well, maybe he's just the head of custodial arts or something on that space station. Because if there's anything we've learned from the sequel trilogy, that there is a black guy stormtrooper, but he went around snaking toilets. Because they couldn't even do that right.
He was supposed to fall in love with the English white chick, but the writers' room didn't like that.
China.
Yeah, we can't have the Negro getting her. No.
Dude,
No.
He couldn't even get the Asian chick.
Well,
Right.
she almost killed him by driving.
Which is hilariously stereotypically true.
She crashed into him.
Yeah.
That's her defining trait. How does she save the day? By being a terrible driver.
Yeah, I mean, we've been over this millions of times about how the sequel trilogy was supposed to be this like bastion of diversity and shit, but they gave all the diverse characters like horrifically stereotypical things. The black guy was a janitor and chased after a white woman. The fucking Asian woman couldn't drive. It's like, what the hell, guys?
Well, but Disney's so progressive, and we're the bad ones for being like, this movie's not that good. Well, it's got minorities. How do you not like it? Well, we're not white. It's you're the worst. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Now it comes back and it makes sense. Kinda.
Wrestling's got minorities in it, and it sucks too.
Yeah, dude. Look, Roman Reigns is, I don't know what the hell. Well, we do know what Roman Reigns and the Bloodline are. It doesn't matter. It's not that they're not that interesting. Look, wrestling has more diversity now than ever, and it's the shittiest it's ever been. But it's always been like everybody's arena, so it's not like that's what makes wrestling bad. Whatever is in the air today just makes entertainment bad.
Yeah, and wrestling's not bad because of the diversity. Wrestling, like Star Wars sequel trilogies, is bad because of the writing.
Yep.
Right, you are, Kendo.
Yep.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
Yeah, well, I like to give credit where credit's due.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, but yeah, the Empire is a little more diverse this time, guys. Isn't that what we're worried about? Like Javicia Leslie of Batwoman, she was so concerned about the diversity of their show, and it was as impactful as Black Panther, according to her. So Andor has its heart in the right place. Oh, and there's another black guy
we may
behind
be
him.
knockoff Nazis, but god damn it, we're not racists.
It's
No. We wouldn't
Yes,
even be
because-
caught dead saying racial shit. That's bullshit. Which I always love, because they completely forgot that, like, not only were they were all white dudes, but they hated alien races. Like,
Yeah, that's 100%
That was
true.
the empire.
100% true. Yeah.
Yeah, well, when I think of strong-armed oppressive governments, I one of the things I want to know is how diverse they are. That's the key right there. It's not like what kind of horrible shit are they going to do, but do they check enough of the boxes?
listen, I cannot wipe out an entire village unless I have a nice Asian man sitting next to me, because if I may be genocidal, but goddamn it, I am no racist, sir.
We're killing them for a reason that has nothing to do with their race.
Right. If anything,
They're just in the way
because they were black, but because they were also not in our, I should say, ranks in terms of a genocidal, tyrannical government, then we decided to kill them. But not because they're black, not because they're black, not because they're black. We killed them because we wanted to control them. See what I'm saying? And women, I mean, we'll enslave them, not because they're women, not because they're women. Women are the same. But at the same time, due to our tyrannical expenditures, so to speak, we did also decide to not make women part of our ranks. But again, not because they're women, not because they're women, not because they're women. I'm evil. I'm not a fucking bigot.
Can you imagine that in the writing room, though? It's like, we need to make these people as evil as possible, but they can't be racist.
I just want to do that. I just want to do that skit now.
Like negative like that at all.
I just want to do that skit now with Dion dressed as Hitler. Like, just do that whole thing again, but just with you.
I may be evil, but I'm not racist.
Yeah,
That would be
awesome. That's what I want.
We should just put that on a T-shirt. I may be evil, but I'm not racist.
Seriously, man, that's fucking Lucasfilm and Disney right now. Like, you can't be.
Yeah, no,
can't
that's
be
100% true.
We got to cancel Ralph Fiennes because he played a very fucking convincing Nazi. Let's ask him some fucking questions. But oh my God, God forbid. Listen, they're the First Order, but one of their soldiers is a girl, and she's all in silver armor. Oh my God. It's ridiculous.
That's what we should have, Jeff. Dion is Hitler on a shirt that says Black Hitler. He may have been evil, but he wasn't racist.
Hell yeah.
I was just gonna put the quote with Star Wars font.
Yes,
that works too.
I'm going with that one.
With that, if you somehow you can do like half Star Wars, half Disney font, that'd be good too.
I can
Just put the magical kingdom on the logo on the back and wait to see how long the cease and desist letters come in. We'll turn it into a drinking game.
So we're gonna drink for every hour that they don't send one in.
For every day that they don't, like, we'll do it like a pool. We each can like pick how many days. Like, I think it'll take 8 days. I think it'll take 10. So like, whoever gets it right, everybody else has to drink that number of drinks or something. I don't know, we could figure it out. It doesn't take much to convince us to do a drinking game together.
That's true. That's true.
And it doesn't take Disney very much to send out cease and desist letters.
Oh, that's very true. Yeah, they love that shit.
I'm ready to make that shirt. If we don't have a turd topic, we'll just put I may be evil, but I'm not racist on the store next week, along with Robocoke.
Yeah.
I just think Robocoke's a great title. Whoever came up with it, let me know. We're eternally grateful. So our friend Shrebbles08 asks for, I'll take a Joe Rogan Slapnuts and a Battle Shits, please. Well, ask and you shall receive on World Class Bullshitters. I feel like we give Joe Rogan a lot of free press, so he should at least press one of our buttons. I want to make that happen.
So have you ever done DMT?
Gets me every time.
It's a good one, man. It's a good one.
Did you see that guy accidentally hit that moose with his car?
No.
Holy shit. Jamie, pull that video up.
It's Mr. Flatnut to you.
That's unbelievable. In this day and age, Jeff Jarrett hitting a black little person in the back of the head with a guitar, we should cancel his ass for that.
That piece of shit.
I mean, he hit a small person and he was black, so that makes him racist. He's the worst type of person, right?
Yeah, Jeff
Jeff
Jarrett is literally Hitler.
His little Tennessee brain is racist as fuck.
Yep.
Did you guys hear he's going to be on the Stone Cold podcast coming up?
I did, and I watched clips of his. Was it My World with Jeff Jarrett? It's actually kind of good. I'll give him that. You might be a fucking idiot, Jeff Jarrett, but your podcast is actually pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was listening to that for a while too when Conrad started doing that with him. And I'm like, God damn, Jeff Jarrett's a fucking good storyteller.
Yeah, I don't have any personal issues with Jeff Jarrett. I just wonder how he'll bury the hatchet with Stone Cold, because it's not a story. It's on record how Stone Cold refused to work with him in whatever year because he didn't feel he was ready or up for it or whatever the story is. Even Bruce Pritchard's like, yeah, that happened. So I'm just wondering if Jeff Jarrett's going to hold any grudge, because Stone Cold is very apologetic for his diva-like ways back in the day. He's the first person to say I was a fuck up to walk out on the WWE and this and that. So that's what I want to hear. That's the interesting part for me. That's why I'll give it my time.
I feel like it's one of those, it's been 20 something years since this all went down. You know, life's too short for the bullshit. Unless it's Vince Russo, then you can hate that man until the fucking day you die.
Yeah, motherfucker. Dude, Jim Cornette, I started listening to the Cornette podcast, and I respect Jim Cornette, and I met him once, and he was nice. The show I can't get into that show ever.
I still love his show. Now, to your point, I don't listen to it all the time because I can only take so much Jim Cornette. But I will say I do like the show, especially how it's on the format, how it's formatted on YouTube. That dude is just, great wrestling mind, but his brain is a bag of fucking cats.
Oh yeah. I would say if sitting down and listening to the whole experience or drive through, it's like I can't do that because of all the segues and this and that and the other thing, or Corny just going on a fucking tangent about God knows what. I would say just do the YouTube version of it because they snip it down to where it's just like specific top. Plus, you get that amazing Travis Heckle artwork.
Yep.
TLJ Screwjob makes a great point. Thank you. He says, Michael Cera, first to get guy pregnant, Elliot Page.
That's not completely accurate anymore.
I think Juno just had its fucking 15-year anniversary or something.
Oh, God.
No, it's not that. Oh God.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. That was like 2007 or 2008.
Yeah.
I know. Oh man, I just feel old. I went on a date to see that movie. It was a really weird movie.
I don't know. I don't know why you would transition from a white woman to a white man in today's society. That seems like a step back,
or maybe a step forward, depending on how you're thinking about the white man privilege.
Hey,
I got a trump card here.
Alone. Leave Elliot alone. All right, he's been through it, man. So he's got himself a fucking leather jacket that fits real well. Shit, he's living life.
Did you see him at the Oscars? Like, had a fucking a suit like 2 sizes too big.
Yeah,
he borrowed it from me.
Listen. I am 100%. I actually do. It's a cool story, right? But seeing them fucking dressed now, goddamn, it's hilarious. Like Elliot Page dresses like that bad boy in 90s sitcom shows where it's like I got the jeans and the boots and the leather jacket and the white t-shirt and my hair isn't in my eyes, it's just above it, and it's just like, listen, man, live your life, but if you don't see the sense of humor in that shit, the dude looks like he's playing dress up. It's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I think we might have found our
patriarchy power up.
Yeah, I'm all for that too, but our turd title might have been one right here, guys. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Turd.
Yeah.
That's golden.
It's pretty good.
Thank you, Mycroft Holmes. Folks, you got to top that one. That one's the winner so far.
Great name.
Now, up next, we have one from our friend Primer. Thank you very much, Primer. I'd say Melissa McCarthy shouldn't play a superhero, but then I remember Thunder Force exists. How soon until Kate McKinnon gets a superhero movie?
Probably right after Leslie Jones. I mean, I don't think that don't get me wrong. Everyone knows I love entertainment, conspiracy theories, and I think that's a legitimate one that they want to give those 4 chicks fucking movies. And I guarantee you, if Netflix doesn't, motherfucking Amazon will. Kate McKinnon is a hot goddamn property.
Listen, they need to make the SNL movie with Kate McKinnon where she gets abducted by aliens. They need to just go ahead and fucking do that.
Oh yeah, from that skit.
Because
give him an idea, man. God damn it, Nick.
It's gonna bomb anyways. Why are you mad? Nobody's gonna watch it.
I know, but I don't want to see it.
You don't have to. It's a wonderful thing about about remotes and shit and free will and choice, Dion. You don't have to do anything. You really don't.
No, but I'm on a fucking pot. It's gonna come up. I'm gonna have to talk about it. And I'm one of the people. I'm like, except when she's in dumb shit, Kate McKinnon's kind of funny, right? I'm gonna be like, fuck. Now I gotta fucking talk about this stupid ass movie about her, making a 2-hour-long movie about her getting butthole probed by aliens and fucking acid wash jeans. I just don't want to deal with it.
You mean you didn't love her Verizon commercials?
I forgot they existed. Fuck you,
dude. God damn, that was so crazy. I was like, is this a fucking joke? Like, these are real commercials? Slam it, jam it, Pam it, strawberry jam it. I'm like, oh my God, I've lost. What are you doing? I mean, I'm glad you're getting paid. Take off the fucking pantsuit.
Yeah, T-Mobile. I love what T-Mobile went with Donald Faison and Zach Braff. I was like, that's a way better choice. It's a way better fucking choice.
For JD and Tuck.
Oh God, yeah, they did a couple of them, and I'm just like, I'll buy your cell phones, your internet, all of the shit. Just put in the cart. It's fine.
Well, it was good. It worked. Up next, we have one from our friend Bomb Shoes. What's up, Bomb Shoes? Thank you very much for your generous super chases. Was smoking with my nephew and had a crazy thought about Thor 4. What if Jane Foster was standoffish with Thor, as in Ty Taylor, because it's actually Loki, and only 3 people should know where Mjolnir was shattered? That's an interesting theory. What if it's actually Loki in disguise?
If that's the case, then I would love Thor. I was called it Ragnarok. Love and Thunder. If that's the twist, I'm all about it.
That's interesting though, because then it's like, does Thor have a breakdown?
No, don't say that shit now, because now, no, I'm not gonna fucking watch it. I'm still not gonna goddamn watch it.
I was giving you hope, wasn't it, Nick?
Yeah, it was, but here's the thing: that's a smart idea, and Marvel won't fucking do it.
Oh yeah,
that's also a good point, Nick.
Yeah, because like if that actually happens, I'm sure we'll hear about it. If it actually happens, but I mean that's a great idea, because you're right. Only 3 people saw Mjolnir are like crumble to dust. But I doubt that's what's going to happen, because they need Loki for his TV show now to keep the multiverse shit going. They need that now.
He can be both places at once.
What is he going to use the Force and transport himself somewhere? Jeez,
he has that magic power, man. Remember, he could make multiple Lokis at once.
That's true.
Maybe he figured out how to stretch his Loki magic ability to multiplicate. Well, I can't speak. Multiply. Maybe he can do that power across the multiverse. Something like that. I wouldn't like it, but it'd be.
I wonder if all the Lokis do that all across the multiverse. So could you collapse the entire universe on itself because of just the atomic weight of him copying himself so much?
Yeah, you know what it would be like, Nick? You remember when I changed the window on the podcast and it like zooms in 1,000,000 times over?
Yeah.
That's what would happen. We would just have infinite windows, and Lokis would just keep multiplying until it'd be just too much, and then it's nothing. It's Loki like that.
Oh God.
We should do that later. I like that window effect. But Bomb Shoes, I like how that story started. I was smoking with my nephew and had a crazy thought about Thor. Dude, that's like Dion and I. We were drinking on the balcony and we did this thing.
Yep.
Dude, how crazy was it being at Jake's wedding when it was like you, me, Hillary, Jake, and Tom, the first time together in a decade?
Yeah. That was wild. That took a second to get over, man. I was nostalgic as fuck, even though it was time. But yeah, dude, that was to see my boy get married and shit, and just us looking the way that we do now. That felt good. That shit felt real good. Congrats, by the way, Jake.
Yeah, Jake, you had a hell of a wedding. That was just a great time. But it was fun though. Like, I'm so glad we got those photos of the 4 of us, because I never thought all 4 of us would be together again in the same location, I was like, shit, that was just a nice time 1,000,000 years ago. Well, 5 of us technically, but it was a nice time 1,000,000 years ago. But no, it was just as fun this weekend. And dude, I had more fun with that than I have like any Star Wars movie, Marvel movie, anything in a long time. That was just a good weekend.
Oh yeah.
I drank so much though. I don't regret any of it. I
It
ate
was
too
worth
much cake though.
Right.
Nick, I was drunk. I'm like, I need more cake. So I like went to all the wait staff. I'm like, is there any more cake? They're like, of course there's more cake, sir. We'll have it brought right out to you. I'm like,
well,
thanks.
I mean, dude, you're 6'5". Of course, you're gonna give you all the cake you want.
Yeah, they're probably not going to say no.
Yeah. If that guy asks us for anything, just say yes.
Like, I
because
need
we're
cake.
worried about
He's
what
like,
he might
okay,
do if he
fine, we'll
gets
give it to you.
angry.
Just don't stop on our village.
Yeah.
Man, it's Godzilla, but he has nice hair and he's kind of. I'm scared and horny.
I'm the friendly kaiju. I come to these small places. I'm gonna destroy it if you don't
right.
feed me. You know.
You're the protective kaiju, and you happen to have a half Korean friend who got married, and you terrorized the staff into giving you more cake. Which that's not a bad weekend.
No.
I didn't realize simply asking was terrorizing, but hey, I'll take it.
Well,
I got the
for
cake.
you,
I got what I
it's
wanted.
For those who are under the height of 5'7", it's terrorizing.
Yeah, that was a small bartender. She wasn't very big, so she was probably afraid.
She was like, "Holy shit! Where the fuck does NFL offensive tackle come from?"
Ohio. That's where I came from.
Ohio. God damn, it's a football state. Shit! That means he's good. Fuck.
God, I don't miss my football days, but they didn't suck. I just hated going to fucking practice every day and then working on Sunday. I was like, yay, I'm this 17-year-old kid who has no free time.
Yeah, I can see that being the case.
Yeah, it was, I can't bitch. I had money and a car and shit. I just had to pay for it myself, but whatever. That Toyota Camry got me places, man. It got me like to the comic book store and to the comic book store.
R.I.P. R.I.P.
Yeah. I sold that car and the other car I still have. But Bomb Shoes, if you ever come up with any other crazy thoughts, especially if you're smoking with your nephew or not, just let me know. Normally, I would tell you, hey, I just played Smash Brothers, and then your name happened to come up. I haven't played that game in a minute, but welcome back. I haven't heard from you. So I think I'm going to go back and play some Smash Brothers. TLJ Screwjob, thank you very much for your super chat. It says, this reminds me of the totally not shills for Rings of Power on Amazon, who were giving goodie bags and met the creators, etc., repeating fun.
Oh, God.
Yikes.
That was a cringy video.
But I love how the people they got for that were all like Harry Potter people who were like really into that stuff, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna have you look at the the Lord of the Rings stuff and say nice things about that, and then we're gonna give you gifts afterwards if you say even better things and tweet about it and constantly shill for it and make sure people watch it right now."
This might start a nerd war, but are Harry Potter fans a little softer than say Star Wars
Yes.
fans?
Oh, 100%.
I thought it was just me.
100%.
Because like when I see people at Universal wearing those Harry Potter robes, it's like a couple, and they're both like 5'6" and really happy. But like when you go to a Star Wars convention, I'm like, there's like a 7-foot dude dressed as Darth Vader. That's cool. Or there's that. It's not about size and power. It's just like Star Wars fans seem to run the gamut of all types of walks of life. Harry Potter fans, I don't know. It's just me. It might be me. It might be the theme park.
No,
What was it that gave away? The fact that they were fucking 11 or they're going to fucking school and that's the whole backdrop of the book. Of course the nerds love them.
Dude,
Fucking
even
like, oh, I love math. Wingardium Leviosa. Yeah, you're not winning any fights. Anytime, man. That's why I love the wands and stuff. Like, hey, we're in a fight. I'm gonna fucking twirl it and fucking fire's coming out. As opposed to, yeah, you're gonna twirl it. Well, I'm gonna punch you in the nose and let's see who has the more of effect. Bop.
Yeah. Like,
and then they got the nerve, they have the fucking gall, the motherfucking audacity to talk shit about Star Wars fans. Like, bro, you are walking around with a
twirling
fucking
a stick,
robe, a wand, and a broken pair of glasses on right now. You haven't won in a decade. Cool it.
Yeah, I just like at least I always thought having a toy stick was a little weird. Like people pay for a toy stick because
and they pay a lot for it. They pay a lot for it.
And the thing is, no matter what you pay for your replica wand, it never does anything nearly as close to the movie. Same with the lightsaber, but at least I can hit you with it and it lights up and makes noises and is cool looking. Like a little stick of wood. And then I don't know, man. And the thing is, I'm not too old for Harry Potter. That shit came out when I was in grade school. I fucking hated it. I didn't watch those movies till I was in my 30s, and I was just like, they're fine. Like,
Listen,
they're okay.
I don't blame you. And listen, Harry Potter has I remember when I was 10, 11, 12, I was a Harry Potter fan, but then as I got older, I was like, comic books and Star Wars are way fucking cooler, and people get fucking cut in half and shit.
Yep.
So and don't get me wrong, I bought my sister a wand. She still loves Harry Potter. Hillary's reading it to D2 right now. So it has a soft place in my heart. But god damn, you cannot tell me any human being on planet Earth that Harry Potter versus Luke fucking Skywalker, that Harry Potter wins in any fucking scenario.
Well, not just that. I mean, the sound of turning on a lightsaber is way more ubiquitous than you repeating some fucking spell in Harry Potter. Like if you have that sound on a loudspeaker, everybody's gonna know what the fuck that is immediately. Immediately.
Yeah, that's it's so much fucking cooler. And again, I fucking love Ralph Fiennes. And I honestly think him being Voldemort, he makes the list of great movie villains. Like, he's not at the top of the list. Whatever the number is, he might be towards the bottom of it. Like, he might, or if he's not on it, he's at least in the conversation. But Darth Vader whoops Voldemort's ass 100 fucking times out of 100. It's no, like, fucking, you've got to do with no nose, no skin pigment, and he filed his teeth down in a fucking robe, and you got motherfucking Darth Vader, son. Come on. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'm just disappointed that shit's not as cool as it used to be, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Now, TLJ
Star Wars,
Screwjob.
Harry Potter either. They're fucking getting their ass beat by this bullshit too.
Yeah, I feel like the Harry Potter fans are like self-consuming. Like, that shit's like, people are mad at the writer, people aren't, then they're gonna continue to support it, then they're expanding the thing. It's like, I don't know, I don't care really about it, but it's hard to try to even track it because it's 1 minute everybody hates it, 1 minute everybody loves it. People talk about it like it's still out, but those actors aren't playing the roles anymore. But they're spin-offs, but they don't make as much money as the other ones. Like, where is the Harry Potter brand? Where does it actually sit in 2022?
It's in the fucking toilet, man. That's where it is.
Oh, okay. Well, then let's flush and move on.
They still make a lot on fucking the books and like in, I guess, Universal, Harry Potter is successful, but yeah, in terms of like properties, recent properties, holy shit, they got the game coming out, which is going to be apparently really in depth and an RPG and all that shit, which is going to be cool. I'm sure Hillary will get it. But Harry Potter is just not interesting right now. It's just not. It hasn't been interesting since the fucking last movie came out, and that was fucking
a decade ago.
A decade ago. That's fucking crazy.
Holy shit.
Now
that's crazy.
TLJ Screwjob, thank you very much. He says, "Wait, Celebration is going on right now? Shows how far it's fallen that I didn't even know. And you've mentioned it coming up, but apathy stinks, huh?" Yeah, it's.
Yeah, man. No one cares. No one cares.
Yep. They'll do it.
And they did it to themselves.
Of course
they did. They did it to themselves. It's cool to just see how little they want to represent their sequel trilogy. Like, across the board, man. It's like everywhere you go. It's weird too, because I wish people like understood how, like, for as apathetic as people are now, just remember how like angry you were at what they were doing, and the fact that they fucking failed miserably just, it makes everybody happy. Like, I don't know. The end of the day, the Star Wars sequel trilogy just never did. And I wonder what's going to happen in 10 years when, like, is it ever going to come back? Like, are we going to be in a place in society where ironic shit's cool again? Will it become cool to ironically like the Star Wars sequels? Because I don't remember it ever being ironically cool to like the prequels. It was just people that liked it got older, and then it became more popular because they were of the age that they could be milked by the money men at Disney.
Yeah.
Jeff, speaking of Star Wars, we've got some breaking Star Wars news.
Yes.
Colin Cantwell, the guy that was behind the design for most of like the TIE Fighters, X-Wings, Death Star, and all that stuff, he died.
Oh.
Well, he was 90. He had a good run.
I know he was old, but that dude was, he was still a consultant on a bunch of stuff. So that still kind of makes me sad.
Yeah.
But to your point, Jay, about the ironic nature of people liking it again. I think the biggest difference was, the first three, the fucking prequels, 2 out of the 3 aren't very good, but they were still cool moments. You had Darth Maul, you had the pod race scene, you have Yoda being in a lightsaber battle, even though it was kind of goofy. You had one of the greatest villainous actors of all time in Christopher Lee playing a Sith Lord. You still had Samuel Jackson as a Jedi man. Like, there are still moments that are redeeming. Revenge of the Sith is a good Star Wars movie. It turned chicken shit into chicken salad. So many people liked Revenge of the Sith. But with the sequel trilogy, I think that the biggest thing that's going to keep it from being ironically liked is that nothing is good in it. There are no redeeming qualities. I mean, I think the only redeeming quality I can possibly think of is, and I need a gun to the back of my fucking head, is just the fact that Adam Driver was good in it. Other than that, this is the sequel trilogy that wasted the last days of Carrie Ann Fisher. Carrie Fisher. I almost said Carrie Ann Moss.
I was like, is she with Carrie Ann?
Yeah, I was about to say, what's going on over there?
Yeah, I was like,
They wasted the last few years of Carrie Fisher, dude.
Does Dion smell toast? What's going on?
yeah.
I just want to watch the Matrix.
Listen to the motherfucking point that I'm making. Don't worry about my stroke. You can send me to the hospital.
Jesus.
Sorry.
But they wasted the last living days of Princess fucking Leia. There's nothing cool about the sequel trilogy. Not a goddamn thing. Even the pinnacle moments that they thought were going to fucking be culturally relevant, they're laughable. The fucking Death Star Armada that's just been there for fucking 20 years, and the fucking I Am the Jedi line is so fucking cringy. The fucking ham-fisted, I'm Ray Scott. Like, there's nothing redeemable about it, dude. And that's the difference between the two. At least Revenge of the Sith was cool, and at least we got Darth Maul out of this shit. The rest of it, holy shit.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say right now, so I won't. I'll move on to the next message, and then we will get to our game that we're going to play in a moment. So our friend Ninja Lawyer Steve sends in 2 that say, first movie idea. Renowned medium Mr. Cleo has been recruited by the police, and he'll need all of his psychic powers to help them catch the notorious serial killer Buffalo Jeff.
This ought to tickle your ESP, Mr. Cleo.
Now, what would Mr. Cleo say to that in response to Buffalo Jeff, Dion?
But here's the thing.
He must be a Libra, huh, darling?
But here's the thing. Mr. Cleo has to operate underneath a pseudonym. It has to, and the pseudonym has to be Johnny Wishbone.
Now, what's the title of the fucking movie? Is it Cleo, or is it like just Cleo with the Michael Bates type trailer?
This sounds like a 1990s action comedy that would really be made. Like a psychic that's bullshit gets called to track down a real life serial killer and just gets lucky to catch him.
All right, chat fans, your newest assignment: make a movie poster for the fucking Mr. Cleo Buffalo Jeff murder mystery film.
and give it a good name.
Give it a good name.
Down the road.
It could be Cleo, it could be Buffalo, it could be the Buffalo verse. A fucking ball. I don't fucking know.
Here's what we call it.
Goddamn poster.
Here's what we call it: Cajun Buffalo.
Cajun Buffalo.
That would be a
Or
fun, like,
call me now.
Call me now. I like that one. Call me now. What about turning this into like a short comic book one day? It would actually be a really great story.
That'd be funny. That'd be fun too, dude. That could be the next project.
The Buffalo Jeff verse. So Dion, I guess I forgot, but apparently stealing Solo is a much older idea than this podcast.
Really?
Because I told Tom that I do comics, and then I told him what the premises are. He goes, "Wait, that Harrison Ford story? You've been talking about that since we lived together." I'm like, "I have?" I forgot. So I guess stealing Solo goes back way more than just the podcast that one night. Oh man, that makes me happy. It makes me glad that I finally made it. It's like, yeah, I've been thinking about it for fucking ever. There you go. It worked.
That's fucking
Thank you.
wild, man.
Thanks, folks. Ninja Lawyer Steve, thank you for both of those, though. Modalicious asks, Star Wars is still around? Yeah, it's somehow around. And this convention center, while big in Anaheim, maybe it was Thursday, but I was there last time on a Thursday. It lacks the presence that it had in 2019. It is a much different beast. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's see what like Saturday brings. If Saturday it's still like about the same, that's fucking terrible.
Yeah, that's where the bad signs start to show up when you get to Saturdays and Sunday.
Look, I doubt it'll be like that on Saturday. I know it would get the headlines crazy. Like, oh my God, there was nobody there. Look, there were people there. There were lines and shit. It was a busy place, but it wasn't very busy. And like I said, we were there the Thursday, which is the first day of the con last time. And that place was jam-packed out the ass. You couldn't even get in the door. This time it was just kind of like, And, the exclusives were still there and the shit was still there. But we got to judge it on Saturday, the big con day. Now, if it's Saturday and it's this dead, then Star Wars is fucking in trouble. But if it's busy like I expect it to be, then, it's just a shitty Thursday.
Yeah, they'll do fine.
Jon Favreau was there today. That was cool. I like everything he's done more than the shit he's made for Star Wars.
You should have tried to talk to him and be like, hey, I just got one question. I heard that you are behind the scenes plotting against Kathleen Kennedy from some sources.
Oh my God, that'd be fucking hilarious.
Soon, and that you and Filoni are going to take everything over. Is that true?
I'd probably get laughed out of the room.
Yeah, probably.
But no, just imagine that fucking soundbite of fucking Jeff walking up to the mic and asking that question. Like, it would be legendary.
Look, I was wearing a WCBS t-shirt. I'm not going to burn all credibility with a dumbass question like that. It's like, Jon Favreau, I can ask you one fucking thing. What's it going to be? Not that. It would probably be about Iron Man or something I actually give a shit about.
The Sopranos.
Like oh, yeah, he was in that show for a minute.
He was. There was an episode where he was in there. It was the first season when Christopher went to the movie set and was trying to shop his movie to Jon Favreau.
Yeah, wasn't Janine Garofalo on set too?
She was. So was Sandra Bernhard. Bernhard?
The
chick from Roseanne.
That's what you remember her from?
Yes.
I just remember her always making me uncomfortable as an actress. She has like a huge smile. She's like Hilary Swank and Julia Roberts morphed in together. I don't know.
Because she's got a really big horizontal mouth, but she's also got a long beaky nose. There's some proportion problems.
Well, she's a household name at one point. So, folks,
true story.
Believe in yourselves. John Thomas, thank you very much again for your super chat. He says, something wild with Ray, Melanie Griffith, and Jeff Daniels. Watch it. Done. I will add that to the list. What we really need to get going is we have our letterbox account we want to build. And we need to get a way where you guys can like recommend it there. And then we can like either say we've watched it or add it to the master list of this like WCBS archive, this digital place we're building one day where you can come hang out and I don't know, just it'll be like this. I don't know. It's something though. It's coming. But TLJ Screwjob, thank you very much. He says only Donnie Yen, but Donnie Yen, not the character. In terms of what you like from Rogue One. He's great.
I'm with the Force. The Force is one with me, bro.
Modalicious, thank you very much. A bell tower because emergency alerts had text messages don't exist a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away where space wizards kill each other with flashlights.
Wizards.
Now, this is the one that got me. Primer, that's for you. Andor's working title, Space Afghanistan.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
All right, so we'll read two more, and then we're going to go back to the stuff. So folks, keep sending the messages in. We appreciate it. Helps keeps the lights on, and it's a lot of fun, too. So TLJ Screwjob says, so where were people like Dion, Jeff, and Nick in Empire Command, but none of them were good enough to be on top? Oh, wait. Kendo was racist.
Was?
Yeah. Clearly.
Son of a bitch.
Dion, this is one big long game Kendo's playing with us.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm about to beat his ass.
Yes, I've gone through lots and lots of effort to cover that up. Personal life, everything.
Yeah, you are really like this is a long game. Like you are dug in like Dion for Avatar 2 never coming out.
Yeah. Maybe that's the next book I should write. How to cover up or how to cover your tracks to show everybody you're not racist. Number 1, find 3 close friends that are people of color. Number 2, marry a brown woman. Number 3, have baby. Number 4, tell everybody you're not racist.
5, profit.
Step 5. Yeah. Rinse and repeat. Is it making you happy? I hope so. Glade Riven says $5 for WCBS because every payday and spreading the love. Because it's payday and spreading the love. Well, thank you. It's payday. Thank you, Glade Riven. We appreciate that. And yeah, we're spreading some love too. So, Dion, I know you're going to spread some love later tonight. Hope you have a good time.
Yeah.
So let's play a little game, folks. This is about tomorrow's show, the one, the only Obi-Wan. Now, personally, I'm more excited for Stranger Things. I'm more excited to talk about Top Gun a little later in the show. I'm more excited to go see Top Gun Maverick tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I guess I'll watch Obi-Wan for you guys, but come back next week for the review. I got to see how they do my boy. I'm ready to feel like fucking Marlon Brando. See how they massacred my boy or whatever. Look what they've done to my boy. Ewan McGregor. Oh,
that's okay, but that's cool.
I just always go for the actor names, bro. Like, that movie with the guy, Navy SEAL starring Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, he's got cotton balls in his mouth.
Yeah, and James Caan got shot, and they kept some cannoli and shit.
Yeah, Al Pacino kept telling me that these were great nuts.
Yeah, man, and then he tried to sell me a Dunkaccino, and Adam Sandler dressed like a woman, and I got confused and jumped off a bridge. Like, yeah, that's what we're talking about, right? I don't know anymore. So let's play a little game, shall we? We're gonna take the Obi-Wan entrance survey together. I'm not gonna make you look at anything. I'll just put up a picture of Obi-Wan Kenobi. We all are okay with that, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hello there. That's what we'll look at. Obi-Wan Kenobi. They had a really nice Clone Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi where they turned the animation style into like a realistic doll. And if Disney didn't own Star Wars, I'd have bought that right away because it looked cool, man. Dion, I wanted it so bad.
Damn, man. Try to get a picture of it.
It's in the video. It'll be out tomorrow. That video will be out over the weekend. So, Obi-Wan Kenobi, we're just a few hours away, and I have a series of questions. Folks, you can play this along at home, but it's kind of funny, kind of dumb. So, where is it? Oh, yes, right here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Dion, 1999 was a good year. We got the Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, which I wouldn't put as the best movie of that year, but, a solid one, a solid contender. Mm-hmm. And we had young Obi-Wan Kenobi introduced by Ewan McGregor. And everything changed after that. Obi-Wan Kenobi was a younger character, a more exciting character. He was high energy. But, he's still an all-time great. And he still hadn't really been ruined by Disney. Somehow George Lucas, for as much as he altered other characters through the prequels, he strengthened Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi really came out better than he went in, and he was already great. Do you think anything from Obi-Wan Kenobi in the prequels lessened the character?
No. Outside of his fucking haircut from 2, no.
Fair point. Same question to you guys.
No, because he just he started out kind of badass, and then just his badassery grew throughout the whole prequels.
Yeah, I think he had the best arc throughout the whole thing, in all honesty.
Yeah.
Toxic Masculinity, Romancing the Turd is also awesome. That's a great title. All right, so there we go. Now, here's the survey. It's easy. You can answer yes, no, and folks, I want you to play along at home. This is what I'm trying to get. What are you most hyped for heading into Obi-Wan? Dion.
To see Obi-Wan in a lightsaber battle.
Nick.
Nothing.
Kendo.
To see if we're correct about this shit we've been saying.
All right, next question. Now, folks, remember, that question is also for you. What are you most hyped for heading into Obi-Wan? Next question. Are you on board with the idea of an Obi-Wan Darth Vader duel set between episodes 3 and 4? Dion.
No.
Nick.
No.
Kendo.
Fuck no.
I'm somewhere between Dion, Nick, and Kendo. No. Which pre-existing character not named Kenobi, Skywalker, or Lars do you most want to see in Obi-Wan Kenobi? Dion.
Oh fuck. What's his name? He was gonna go. Raz, who's gonna go get some power converters. I want to see that motherfucker.
What about you, Nick?
The Death Stick dealer.
Kendo?
Tatooine or Jabba the Hutt, I guess. Either that or that one guy that gets his arm cut off in Mos Eisley. What's his name? Buju Banton.
Dr. Evazan, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Hoth should have called it Kolth.
Ha ha ha. What was that? Was it Family Guy or Robot Chicken?
That was Family Guy.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Jabba the Hutt. That'll be interesting because maybe they'll finally do a CGI Jabba the Hutt that looks like the Return of the Jedi one, and maybe that'll inspire them to never touch Hutts again, but at least go out with a bang. Okay, next question. How much more Tatooine can you take? Dion.
Negative 10%.
Nick?
I hate saying it's coarse and it gets everywhere.
Yeah, you really hate the fucking desert.
Yeah, he does.
No, because every even in the trailer we saw for Andor, they were in the fucking desert. It's like, can we get out of Tatooine, please? The fuck's why is everything all of a sudden about Tatooine? What's going on? What like did the population grow? Like what happened?
It's probably cheap to film.
You're probably right.
I mean, the only Star Wars movie that doesn't feature Tatooine or a sand planet is The Empire Strikes Back, right?
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah. Because that takes place on Hoth, Dagobah,
Yeah, it depends.
in the clouds above Bespin.
Tundras count as deserts.
What'd you say?
Why? We don't know what's under that snow.
True.
At least it wasn't salt.
Red salt.
God damn.
Yeah.
We can only win by fighting for what we love. No, you knocked me away from the thing. They're gonna fucking go and murder all of our friends, you fucking idiot.
Yeah. No, it's a war. You win a war by killing the other side and getting them to surrender. That's how those work.
Yeah, exactly. That's how we've won all of our major wars here in this country.
Yep. Right. Don't fuck with us.
This is weird. Please explain why Obi-Wan kept the name Kenobi while in hiding.
Well, it's the name of the show. I don't think that they're Lucasfilm isn't that fucking dumb. I'm
Can we
assuming
just name the show what it should be called? Old Man Spies on Little Boy. Can we just name it that, please?
Or just Old Ben.
I
That would've
actually
been a
like the
cooler
name
name.
Old Ben
way
quite a
cooler
bit.
name.
Well, the thing is, we don't know that he keeps the name Kenobi because we know that he doesn't go by Obi-Wan. Or at least that's what we were led to
Luke
believe.
does say, "Oh,
Yeah.
Old Ben Kenobi."
Old Ben, yeah.
Past the Dune Sea, so he does say Kenobi.
Yeah, Old Ben Kenobi. Yeah, that's what he
Yeah.
says.
Never mind. Withdrawn.
Augie Ben Doggy.
See, that'd have been a better fucking show, Augie Ben Doggy. And it's about a fucking dog that lives in Star Wars.
How long until
Listen, don't say that shit. They'll make that fucking show.
Yeah, how long until we get a Star Wars movie with pets? Like, it's like the
next
dogs
year.
who want to take down the Empire, and you see like a rabid Chihuahua fight Darth Vader or some dumb shit.
Well, see, that's the thing, Jeff. They wouldn't have to do that because Disney owns Pixar. Pixar made The Secret Life of Pets. So the next thing is just going to be the natural translation.
The Secret Life of Pets is like DreamWorks.
I thought it was Pixar.
No,
Fuck
it's
it. They're going to buy DreamWorks too.
Then there'll be a monopoly on all the digital animation.
Or they'll just make their own. They'll call it the Star Wars Life of Pets. And it'll just be about like cats and dogs in
Illumination's
space.
still on the outs.
What?
Illumination's still on the outs. Maybe they'll never sell.
Yeah.
I've
you
Yeah,
have more
never
Mega
died.
Man.
Secret Life of Pets is
Walt.
yeah owned by Illumination, distributed by Universal. So
What about Boss Baby? Are we still in Boss Baby
Oh my god! If
territory?
I
Is
see
that
another Boss Baby movie, I'm gonna go whoop Alec Baldwin's ass myself.
Very
I mean,
carefully.
I was
might
already
shoot
gonna-
you.
That's a good point.
Jeez.
He does have a rap now.
Now, back to the questions. Are you into Inquisitors as Imperial mini bosses?
Yes, I am.
No, I am not personally. Nick,
no.
Kendo.
Hell no.
So the reason I don't like it is because I don't like trying to add more hierarchy or more villains or more things to Star Wars that it's like, look, we know where the tippity top is. It's Darth Vader, the Emperor. They're 1 and 2. You can't get more powerful than them. But we keep trying to create new villains that aren't as cool, like, because we can't make villains as cool as the other ones, because it's like, then why aren't they in charge? Or why? It's like Star Wars backed itself into a corner by putting itself in this timeline. There are certain things you have to be dogmatic to, and so anytime they add something in, like an Inquisitor or something that's like, where the fuck would you be? Like, if you people existed, the Rebel Alliance wouldn't have won. Your Inquisitors would have hunted down Rebel spies, and instead of Darth Vader fucking up, you would have had the Emperor send Inquisitors to fuck around and find them on Hoth. Like, Darth Vader wouldn't have got a second chance. He wouldn't, like, all this shit kind of gets muddy when you add more players into the mix, like, retroactively. Because you ask yourself, where were they in the story? Why didn't they show? Well, the real answer is because this shit didn't exist when the movie came out. But your fans want to be like, well, because they're off on this planet at this exact moment when Luke blew up the Death Star. And it's like, really? The fucking priority isn't other shit? Like, then fine. Where were they during the second Death Star when the Emperor had a plan? Like, why didn't he have Inquisitors on Andor? Why did the Rebel Alliance have, look it, a ragtag group of people took down the Empire? That's the story of Star Wars underneath it all. But if the Empire had all this extra muscle, like it was just hiding the whole time, like, what the fuck? It's so dumb. That's the shit I really hate at the core of Disney Star Wars. Little things like this that make you go, what the fuck? And then the whole story just kind of falls apart when you try to actively think about it.
That's fair. I mean, that's 100% fair. You know, the biggest reason why I enjoy, you know, having Inquisitors is part of mini bosses. Now, granted, they're getting out of control with this shit, 100%. But I enjoy the aspect of it. Always plays back to the Sith betraying one another. So, you know, I can understand why Inquisitors weren't running out with the Empire, because there might have been 1 or 2, and then it was because Vader was going to betray the Emperor was going to betray Vader. Like, I like that part. And that only holds true when there's 1 or 2, you know. So that's why, you know, it's starting to get crazy, because, you know, the original trilogy was very emphasizing the fact that people hadn't seen many lightsabers because the Jedi were fucking killed. But now you got all these fucking Imperials running around with lightsabers. It's like, okay, this shit is kind of whack. But the original, you know, especially, you know, that's how we get Mara Jade and shit like that. So that's why I've always been a fan of, you know, having an Inquisitor or 2. Now, having the fucking the Dark Sister shit, that was fucking dumb, because if, you know, 5 Inquisitors led by Darth Vader, you know, you're getting a lot of shit getting fucked up by those badasses. So I can admit that's not great. But yeah, that's why I always enjoyed it, because, you know, the Sith at the end of the day betray one another, and that would be very on brand for them to have, hey, I'm training this Force user in the shadows because eventually I'm going to overthrow the Emperor. Or the Emperor's thinking, okay, if Vader fucking goes kakadoo wacky, I have someone that's here that's going to kill his ass, and it's still the rule of 2. So that's why I always fucked with the Inquisitor thing.
Hey, that's fair, man. I wanted to get more into Star Wars Rebels and try to learn the lore, but that's just something I can't do anymore. You know, kind of like the Terminator. I now know why you cry, but it's something I can never do. So it's just not one. Like, the thing is, I'm very on. Like, I wish we could get a reset with another company buying Star Wars, because I'm like on board for a Star Wars TV show that's like an ongoing one. Imagine like I guess it would be kind of like Game of Thrones was set up, because they had so many different stories going on. But like, I don't know. I would like a just one big show that was like an epic that you followed each and every week. You didn't know what you were gonna get, who was gonna show up. Like, I think there's some fun in that. This just feels very compartmentalized and then almost homogenous, because the desert planet question earlier, which we have a few more questions, is very reminiscent of like, oh, it's like, hey, it's the same old shit, different show. Please, Disney, give us something new.
Yeah, this is why I like the first season of Mandalorian, because it was after everything kind of went to shit, and everything was in disarray, and nobody knew what was going on, and he was just kind of like roaming through and trying to, make his money and survive, and and even then in the first 2 episodes you saw stormtroopers who were just kind of left in the wind and they didn't know what they were doing either, and I thought that whole thing was super interesting. It's like, what do you do when like the galaxy's in disarray right now, everything's been destroyed, and like there's no government? Like what goes on? That was a really fun aspect of that show, and they fucked it up real quick in season 2.
Oh yeah, the element of
dude, I was down for that show. I was so down for that show, and then they fucked it up.
The Western element of Star Wars can never be overstated. It's so important to the feel and the tone. Even when you get to The Empire Strikes Back without a bar or the Western staple, you really do have that. You have a bounty hunter. You have those things out there that are really Westerns in space. And that's what you got to keep. We've kind of lost that element because we think it's like Star Wars was a sum of its parts. And that's why Star Wars was great. And so when George Lucas kept making Star Wars, he understood the sum of its parts. Now that somebody else makes it, they just think it's all called Star Wars. So it's like not made of the same shit anymore.
Yeah.
Is it a comparable analogy for you guys?
Yeah, it makes sense.
I think that's a great way of breaking it down, because it's Star Wars now is, there's no Wild West, but it's all corporate. Like, this is what we have to write, a Star Wars that hits this point, and then heroic overcome. And they just copy and pasted that over all the movies under Disney. Whereas, like you said, there was the Wild West of, we have the good guys and the bad guys, and the bad guys control more than the good guys, but there's still this element of anything can fucking happen. And that's one of the reasons that led to why they lost was, they're the Empire, but they're Empire in, similar to how we look at past empires. Like, they had huge chunks of the galaxy, but there was those parts that they couldn't control. And it added to the story and the tone of the film. Whereas now it's like, nope, we got to make sure we hit our notes. We want to make $1 billion. We have one female and one male, and they work together. And then another female who's a bad, and then another male who might double as the main kid. It's just very formulaic.
It is. How nostalgic for the Star Wars prequels are you feeling these days, Dion?
I'd say very.
Nick?
Yeah, I'm with you. At least they were done by George, and they somewhat made sense, and they're canon. So,
Kendo?
I'd say maybe like a 4 out of 10. But overall, like my excitement and my hype for anything Star Wars in general right now is about a 5 or 6 out of 10, just because of the damage that has been done.
Dude, that's high for me. I'm like a 1 or 2 out of 10.
I mean, you shouldn't be so down on yourself, Nick. I mean,
yeah,
you don't look that bad.
You got a lot of great value, man.
Yeah.
Double those numbers.
Star Wars
numbers.
And then I'm over here like, do it, pussy.
Because you're a good fucking friend.
Yeah, I just honestly just don't care anymore. Just don't give a shit.
So that was our little entrance survey to Obi-Wan. I will review the show and talk about it next week. You can hear how excited I am, clearly. But Nick, before you joined the show, I think I mentioned how I'm going through Stranger Things again. And dude, that first season is really good. Like, I miss TV being that solid.
Oh yeah, dude. It was a phenomenon. I remember when it hit hard and like the internet blew up, and I was like, holy shit, I have to watch it this weekend.
I did, and my favorite part of Stranger Things is the music. That's the theme song.
Yeah, dude. No, that theme song, and then like the synthwave stuff, and that became big, and it's all it's still a thing. So yeah, man,
part of Wokebusters, folks. Back Wokebusters. I forgot to mention it at the beginning of the show. Links in the description below.
Yeah, man. I know. I'm going to a friend's house tomorrow. We're gonna make like alcoholic ecto cooler and get some some pancakes and some other stuff, and just have a party and watch the new season. So see how it goes.
Pancakes. We need a button. Anytime somebody says pancakes on the channel, we'll have that button ready.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm interested to watch a new season, but also it's just one of those things where it's like they need to end it. They need to end it very soon. Like they have maybe I think they said they're going to end it at season 5 is what they said. So they have one more, and they need to just cut it the fuck off.
Well, there's another season coming.
That's what I've heard, because this is season 4, correct?
Yeah.
From what I remember reading, I think there's one more, and then that's it. But even then, the creature we see is supposed to be, depending on how much of the lore you know, it's supposed to be number 1.
Say that again. Sorry, I looked away for a quick second and got lost on the Stranger Things. So.
Oh no, the creature you see, the one with the tentacles coming out of the back and things like that, that's in the Upside Down is supposed to be number 1 because of number 11, things like that. Because if you ever read the comics or any of the books, you do see a few of the characters all the way through. I think one is missing, and like number 8 or some other number is missing, but number 1 is always missing. And Father always talks about number 1 a little bit here and there, but the fan theory is that he gave so much power and so much clout to number 1 that it escaped what is it, Papa or Father, whatever you want to call him, his grasp by making a parallel universe.
Oh
yeah, that's the fan theory.
That could be cool.
Yeah,
well, so this isn't even the final season. They said there's still season 5 to come, according to Forbes. It wasn't that I was trying to correct you and check you, Nick. I wanted to make sure that this thing was true. Did you see the fucking lengths of the episodes?
Yeah, they're feature length, and that's like that's because I remember them being 45 minutes, 46, 50, 55, 58, and like the very last one being like an hour plus. They're really trying to fit everything into this season, I think. I mean, once again, like one more season, I don't know what they're gonna do. I really don't. I just hope it's good. I just want it to be fun. I just want it to be fun.
I do too. So the final episode, folks, the way it breaks down is the first 7 episodes drop tomorrow, and then the final 2 drop on July 1st. And the episodes that are dropping tomorrow range between an hour and 16 minutes to an hour and 15 minutes.
Wait, so hold on. So it's not half and half. We're getting the majority of them tomorrow, and then 2 in July.
Yeah, well, this is why though. Episode 8's an hour and 25 minutes. Episode 9's 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Okay.
Kind of an odd thing. It's like it's a movie.
Yeah, so basically, you're watching 2 movies then back to back. But still, I mean, that's really shitty for them to go like, oh yeah, you get this many, and the last 2 are in July. It's like, really? This is what we have? Really, Netflix? You're already fucking up.
I hope it's good like you do, Nick. I wonder if
yeah, man, that's all I want. I just want it to be good.
A good thing is going to really hurt it.
Yeah, I just want some good storytelling. I want at least the start of closure needs to happen in this season, so we can kind of get to the next season it being done.
Yeah, I'm with you, man.
And I swear to God, if there's a time travel element in the 5th season, I'm gonna go crazy. There better fucking not be.
Maybe Human, we'll be talking about Top Gun in a few minutes on the show, so I'm excited to hear that you thought Top Gun was really good, and that's how you do a sequel. We need positive sequels, man, because you go back to a movie like Superman Returns, and I know people are like, oh, that's a terrible movie. Yeah, but it was also a sequel, a long-term sequel, 19 years in the making. We hadn't had one that long. Or Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. And maybe time's been kinder to the prequels, but there was definitely a sense of what the hell is this? And it definitely fit in with that was the landscape. Go back and watch a lot of shows. That was the thing. People were making fun of that back then. But I'm glad that, George Lucas's vision took some time. The Clone Wars helped it make sense. So that's me trying to be super nice about those movies. But I'm really excited that Top Gun is getting all the praise it's getting. I want to see that movie as soon as possible. So let's see. Were we reading some super chats? That's what we were doing, right? Yeah. So we read about Space Afghanistan. We read TLJ Screwjobs. Oh, Mike H says, "Hail, world class bullshitters." Well, Mike H, hail to you, and thank you very much for joining us tonight. Runs with Phantoms says, "Lock, stock, and 2 smoking turds."
Ooh. Guy Ritchie's
Also
finest.
Also sends a correction: "Lock, stock, and 2 steaming turds."
Oh.
I think we like that one.
Mm-hmm.
That was the collective WCBS sigh of approval. Oh. Cesaro Japan, thank you very much. Formerly known as Caesar Jorpin. Can we see Chris Hemsworth nude in the Thor trailer, but have Scarlett Johansson show 1 second of cleavage? That's a war crime? Yeah, so let me rephrase that. Yes, we can have Chris Hemsworth nude in the Thor trailer, and then Scarlett Johansson's cleavage is a war crime because we are terrible people. We're men. We like women, and so we're bad because we want to see that on screen because it's wrong. Oh, for decades they showed boobs in movies. Well, those movies made money. Now they're showing pecs in movies, and those movies are making money. Why don't you show both and make double the money? That's our stance.
Because Jeff, because it makes too much goddamn sense, and Hollywood isn't ready for that shit yet. It's not gonna happen.
Let women have their eye candy. I don't care, but let us have our eye candy too. There are who's a woman that you guys like today that's an actress known for being hot? Like, there really aren't many anymore. But you got all these. It's like, all right, what's her name? Let me look her up real quick to make sure I know the right name. Like Sydney Sweeney, she's famous for being kind of hot. She's naked in everything she's in. That's kind of her gimmick, but she's not in enough stuff. So.
Haley Atwell.
Ooh, she's in Marvel too. So see, Marvel's cast a ton of great looking women, but they're all covered up to the neck.
That's
but
true.
The dudes are now bare-assed. It's like, again, it's not really anything to complain about. I'm so not upset, nonplussed, but I get it. It's like, do you think that's what the whole movie of Thor is going to be, or do you think it's going to be kind of just one element? Because I know Taika Waititi's online trying to, correct people's perceptions, misconceptions, if you will, about what this movie is going to be.
Oh God, that sounds familiar. It sounds like a Star Wars movie that happened to as well, and that one was really good and well received.
What if Thor: Love and Thunder is just 2 hours of Chris Hemsworth's ass and just its ass?
I don't think people will laugh as much.
Because Idiocracy is starting to come full circle, and we just need a couple more pieces to the puzzle for it to be 100% true.
I agree. Terry Crews needs to be president, and then that'll be the sixth seal.
Honestly, what was his name? President Camacho.
President Camacho.
Dwayne Elizondo.
Yeah, Mountain Dew Herbert Camacho.
Yeah.
I kind of would take that dude right now.
I mean, that's the future I want to live in. Or the reality I want to live in, I should say.
Oh, gosh.
So, Dion, now, folks, we have a much more in-depth coming to Patreon roundtable discussion about the Thor trailer. We actually did a nice Patreon recording session this week. We have that. We actually have about 2 hours of content, as well as a couple other things we have coming out for you. So Patreon's going to be pretty stacked this week. So make sure you guys are there. It's going to be the video tier, the regular tier, and the other tier. So there'll be stuff for everybody, probably starting Monday, because I got Celebration that I got to go to and shoot a lot of that and film a lot of that. So be prepared. But I wanted to hear Dion's. Oh, there. Christina Hendricks. Thank you, Miss Ninja Julian. That's
always a classic. Thank you for mentioning that.
I just needed a moment. Thank you. So the Thor trailer, this is another trailer. I was not interested at all in the other teaser. It just wasn't enough. If I try to take a positive stance, the most positive thing I can say is it didn't look like enough of a movie. It looked like a Thor highlight reel. So I couldn't get a sense of what I was supposed to be seeing. But now we have a little more, and let's talk about that, because there's people that are excited to see this movie. Am I one of them? Find out in a moment. Now, Dion, what did you think about this trailer overall? Because we won't spend a ton of time on this. Did you enjoy this trailer?
Not really. I mean, I thought it was so close to the trailer for the first one. I was like, this has not gotten me excited. I think this is as bare bones as you can get. I don't know, man. It's some stuff kind of looks okay, but yeah, it's still very bare bones. I don't even think that they made the movie knowing what they wanted to do.
Nick, what about you?
I don't care about Marvel anymore either. I just don't.
Kendo.
The first few seconds when it was Korg telling the stories in the cave, and I'm like, if this is like 2 hours of Korg just telling like outlandish Thor stories, I'm 100% on board because I love the character of Korg. I think he's entertaining and fun, and Thor in the right setting is actually one of the best characters in the Marvel stuff. And then it stopped being that, and then it went to the rest of the trailer, and I'm just like, oh boy.
I'm not really excited for Thor's like, I don't know, weird psyche or just like broken Thor. Like how much humor can you pull from that? I guess a lot. That's what this movie looks like, just to be another comedy. So if you're not into comedy Marvel movies, you're probably not going to like this one. I personally don't like Thor Ragnarok, so meh, but I don't know.
I mean, the bit of him be like telling that you love him, and Star-Lord's looking and he leans into his vision. That was funny. I like that part.
Yeah,
But
I like that part.
other than that, man, I'm just like, okay, there's kind of a fight. He's doing the gym chains thing in some ancient, I don't know, man. We'll fucking
Dressed like Forrest Gump.
That's true.
What's his hat say on it? The strongest Avenger. Okay. Whatever makes you feel better about yourself, buddy. I just assume a lot of this is just going to be told in a flashback, kind of like how the opening of Thor Ragnarok was a kind of a montage of him fighting that Hell Beast or whatever. But I guess the big talking point for a lot of people is Jane Foster's Thor. I hated the comic book version, so I'm not super excited. But now with Bombshell that it could be, what if it's Loki? That'd be a game changer. That'd make me really happy.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think that'd be a great twist. I mean, people Thor, Jane Foster Thor. It was a cool little novelty thing. People want. A lot of people who don't read comics want to pretend like that was a huge thing. It didn't sell, and Thor went back to being fucking Thor's. So that's always what I tell people. But yeah, man, I don't know. Well, you just can't trust Tiki Waititi, man. So we'll fucking see. I'm still gonna go see it, but doesn't get me more pumped. But I am
the only Tiki Waititi property I care about is What We Do in the Shadows. That's it. That's all I care about.
Now, TLJ Screwjob sent in a super chat. We like to read these in order, but this is really great and important because it involves Mr. Cleo. Mr. Cleo, would Jeff pick Hendrix or Daddario?
Daddario?
Mr. Cleo.
Oh, say it again.
Who would Jeff pick? Christina Hendricks or Alexandra Daddario?
Oh, darling, that's a tough one. He is a Libra, darling. Let me check the Kiads because the Kiads don't lie. Oh, it's the big booty Judy card, darling. The big booty Judy card. The Kiads don't lie. So what that means is, pick your poison, big boy. I'm at a mercy.
I'm proud to call you my friend. My best friend, Dion.
Oh my god.
So, I would. Oh man, Alexandra Daddario. I'd probably pick her. We're closer in age. There's my honest reasoning, folks. The boobs are on the same level. I just got to like longevity. That's what you go for, right?
Longevity, yeah. Are they made for comfort or are they made for speed?
I prefer the comfort kind always, but like, you don't want 30 years with her and only 10 with her to be equally happy. Oh, believe me, you motorboating son of a bitch, you old sailor. I'm on board with what you're talking about. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I just want to, I don't give a fuck about Thor anymore. This trailer, whatever. Yeah, Christian Bale's in this movie. Cool, great. Batman's playing a villain. They've
run out of fucking actors that they can get in these movies. It's kind of like Christian Bale. All right, cool. Gotcha.
Well, it's like that's how they're gonna get these actors. Like, all right, have you played a superhero? Have you ever thought of playing a super villain? You're like, it's like that stupid Office meme. These pictures are exactly the same. It's like, all right, Christian Bale is the God Killer. Awesome. That's as excited as I can get right now.
Yeah, I don't care for this movie. I just really don't.
And I want to be excited because I enjoyed Doctor Strange. I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. I thought visually it was stunning. I haven't seen a movie like that in a long time. Blew me away in terms of the creativeness, the really the artistic design elements of that movie is what really just spoke to me. To the
It
point
seems
where
like
I'm
it seems like some people were mad at Sam Raimi for doing Sam Raimi stuff in that movie.
You get
From
Sam
what
Raimi when you're behind Sam Raimi.
Yeah, from what I hear, because like I haven't watched it yet, but I've heard like people were like, oh, I don't like the horror elements. I don't like this and the other. It's like that's Sam Raimi being Sam Raimi. I don't know what you want.
Yeah, it's very much on record of the director. So like, don't watch it if you don't like Sam Raimi. It blows me away. It's like I don't like Sam Raimi, so I'm gonna hate this thing for being exactly what it's supposed to be. Well, hey, taste is subjective. Like what you like. No judgment here. But it's just an odd criticism for me.
Yeah, it's strange.
So yeah, folks, if you want to hear a super in-depth Thor review, check it out. I'll have it up coming this coming week on Patreon. But we do talk about one interesting point, and that's the male gaze versus the female gaze. And man, they are trying super hard with this Thor movie. I wonder if it'll make its money. Do you think there's anything that could turn people off from going to see this?
If it's super preachy, obviously if it's what so many fear it is, and it's essentially that female Avengers scene in Endgame, but just the whole movie, a lot of people aren't going to want to watch it because it's not, that's not what Thor is. But yeah, man, I mean, like I said, the teaser I like, the trailer I'm not a big fan of. I'm at least still invested. I'm sure there are a lot of people are, but yeah, man, it's like I said, it's just this one's a risk. This one's a fucking risk.
Yeah. It is. If there's a lot of like team up between Jane Foster and Valkyrie, and they're like, oh, we can do more than Thor can because there's two of us, and oh, we're better than Thor. If there's a lot of that, people are gonna be like, yeah, fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah, that, and if Taika Waititi keeps running his dick licker like he usually does, then that's going to turn people off too.
Yeah, well, he learned from Ryan Johnston, so that's
Yeah.
Well, that's how you get a trilogy to never come out, but constantly be talked about. Just act like him.
If there's a line for questions for Ryan Johnson there at the convention, Jeff, please ask him about his trilogy.
I will. I'll be like, Mr. Roundhead, is it ever really going to come out? Can you just tell the truth now? We know.
Yeah. You're just going to go back to making boats.
Yeah. The Ryan Johnson effect is correct.
Oh my god.
But what about the saturation? Every genre has this type of political leaning, this SJW, third wave feminist shit, as it's being quoted in the chat. Like, do you think that's a fatigue element? Do you think that's an element of the fatigue we're all feeling across the board in entertainment because there's a sameness and we're tired of being preached to?
Yeah, because nobody likes that, regardless of who it is or who you're preaching to or what's going on. Nobody wants to be told anything that you should like this because of this. Yeah. I mean, look at what happened with Elizabeth Banks and fucking Charlie's Angels. She was like that Tuesday or Wednesday of that week. She's like, go watch it, to support these women. And if you're a dude, it's not for you. And then nobody went to go watch it. And then she's like, why didn't you dudes go watch it this weekend? It's like, bitch, what did you want?
Yeah.
You got what you wanted. We listened to you.
We did exactly what you wanted. And then you're mad at us again? Like, get fucked, lady.
Yeah. You don't get both.
Yeah.
Oh man. But
such bullshit.
It really just makes me celebrate a lot of the non-woke entertainment. So folks, if you want non-woke entertainment, go back Wokebusters, wokebusterscomic.com. Over there, you're going to find a book that makes fun of this shit across the board. Mm-hmm. We're tired of it just like you. So instead of only talking about it, we wanted to make something that embarrasses the people that are into it. It's funny. It's a fun, I won't call it lighthearted, but it's not mean-spirited. Wokebusters lives in a space kind of like Animal House or the Blues Brothers, that kind of humor. DJ Nieves the fourth, thank you for super chat. I don't know, I'm reading this one early, but he says #boycott Love and Thunder.
Y'all do whatever you want to do. We ain't calling for no boycott though.
Yeah.
Nope. You guys do what you want. It is your money. But hey,
Yeah, it is your money and your time. You don't want to give it to Love and Thunder. Don't do it then. It's fine.
Give it to Top Gun 2.
yes.
Yeah. I keep hearing good things. I keep hearing
So
good
do
things.
I. I'm getting
Yeah.
extra excited.
Let's talk a little more about that. So, Kendo, Top Gun is one of your all-time favorite films. You would consider
That
it
it
one of
is.
the most patriotic films ever, correct?
I don't know about that, but yes, it is one of my most favorite movies of all time. Probably the favorite movie of all time.
Oh shit! So you're flying pretty high this weekend, or at least emotionally speaking, because you love Top Gun, and hearing all these good things about this has you pretty excited, right?
Yeah, so it's one of those things that 8-year-old me would have been like, I can't wait for Top Gun 2. It would have been something I would have been like just fucking every night going to bed wishing for a Top Gun 2. Adult me was like, I don't need Top Gun 2. Top Gun was fine as its own movie. I don't need a second one, especially in the time period that we live in. But then I saw the trailer when it first came out like 2 years ago. And I'm like, God damn it, this looks awesome. And it's got me excited. And at the end with the fucking Top Gun, anthem and the Tomcat goes flying by, it's like, okay, they've got my money. They just need to tell me when and where. And as time's gone on, other trailers, the fact that I don't have to worry about a Tom Cruise movie, fucking him over because it's Tom Cruise and he's not going to allow that to happen. He's going to be like, no, I'm the number one star. This movie is about me. And say what you will about Tom Cruise, the guy fucking delivers whenever it's his turn to do acting. He takes the shit seriously still. Probably Scientology. But anyway, so yeah, I'm 100% excited for it. I wish Game 6 wasn't tomorrow night, so that way I could go watch it tomorrow night. And then my dad will be in town this weekend, so I probably won't get to go see it till Monday. So it's gonna be a long weekend. But as much stuff that I keep seeing about everyone talking about how it's so good, it's definitely not bullshit. It's everything you'd want it for. Then yeah, I can't fucking wait.
Now, what if it's better than Top Gun 1?
That's not possible, Jeff.
All right. Kendo has spoken.
Yeah, no, Top Gun. This movie can be. This is one of those situations where you can be like, the sequel was as good as the original, or the sequel was really good. But Top Gun 1 was just so perfect for the time period that it came out in. I don't know how they would be able to top that. Everything with that. But, it's possible. It's possible. But there's no Goose. He didn't watch The Canopy. So we'll see.
Well, I mean, Top Gun 3 is going to come out in another 30 years. It's going to be his head wired into an AI plane or whatever. That's what's going to happen.
I'm still going to go fucking watch it.
In the year 3535, when Top Gun 19 is out, you'll still be watching that too. You'll be watching every Top Gun at once.
Luckily they'll have it, since it's a movie, I'll be able to own it somehow and be able to watch it. So, when my memory banks keep erasing shit from like now to replace it because you can only store so much, I will at least still be able to remember all the Top Gun movies. I won't be able to remember the joy of seeing it for the first time ever when I was like 6 and having my TV recorded copy because they had it as like the Saturday night movie, and I recorded it on one of those blank tapes that my parents would use to record shit whenever we were gonna miss something, and I pulled the tab off because I was like, no, you were not recording over my copy of Top Gun. I still, dude, like 10 years later watching that on VHS, it's great. Just I don't have it anymore probably, but apparently there were some storm warnings that night. So 10 years, I can look back and be like, hey, there was a storm going on that night because the little radar thing in the crawl was going across the bottom of the screen. So, yeah, I fucking love Top Gun.
In the year 3535, you own nothing. It owns you.
He is everything.
Yeah, I was like, in the year 3535, I'm going to be like a head on a robot body. At that point, I don't think I care anymore.
So, since Kendo is able to be, watching everything at the same time, I'll use it as a quick transition. I saw that movie, Everything and Everywhere, but all at once.
How was it?
And all at once. It was good, not great.
Okay,
but very good.
I still recommend X. X is actually out on Blu-ray or DVD this week. So,
I'll get it on DVD, Nick, because I hate myself. I'm gonna get it so I can watch it in a little rectangle.
Fine. Go rent it or go watch it. Go do whatever.
If it was still in theaters, I'd go see it. I wanted to support that movie. I'm very much on board for it. I'm just kind of kicking myself that I missed it.
Yeah, but no, definitely go check it out. It is everything you want in a slasher. It really is. It's practical effects. They're like it's a perfect premise. People are going to go out and make porn, and they fucking get killed. Like, what more do you want than that?
A lot. Not joking. I'm actually on board for that movie. The movie better not disappoint me though. They better not pull a Chris Hemsworth Thor. They better give us a Life Force.
Don't worry. You see, what you want to see dude ass in the movie? Is that what you're talking about?
I don't want that.
Okay.
Who's Dude Ass? Is he like some like new Polish actor?
Yeah, Jim Dudas. He's a great actor. Oh, so is Jim Dudas the star of My Black Ass?
No,
Could be the co-star.
That's Dion. Jim Dudas is his co-star, and then
that should be Dion's like fucking code name. Like whenever he starts filming, like whenever we do that, we just use pseudonyms, and Dion's will be Jim Dudas.
His arch enemy is Kyle My Ass. So you know.
Oh, by the way, I want to give a special thank you to our friend Kyogre's Hideout for joining our Patreon live during the show tonight. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
Now, Dion, you love Top Gun. Nick, you like Top Gun.
Dude. Okay with it's definitely a lot of fun, man. We need. I mean, I would love. I mean, I remember the Top Gun came around after Top Gun came out. We had a lot more like aerial dogfighting movies that came out after that. It's some more straight to DVD, and they weren't that good. But we had that era, and I miss that era because it was a lot of fun. We need more of those movies.
Like The Asylum?
No. God, no. Please don't let The Asylum do it.
Jesse and I have been watching The Asylum channel at night.
Oh my God.
I love some of those. Look, I ironically love some of those movies. They're shit. I'm not gonna lie.
They are. They're really bad. Like Asylum now is what Full Moon was when we were kids.
Yes. Well, I got one I do want to recommend for you because if it had like a slightly higher budget, it's a solid premise.
Okay.
It's called Bait. It's about a group of people in Australia who get trapped in a grocery store during a tidal wave, which destroys wherever the fuck part of Australia they're living in. And it causes sharks to get swept into the grocery store. So they're stuck like up on shelves trying to stay alive. And there's a couple sharks down there eating them. And there's also like live wires and shit falling into the water. So they have to like get out before the water rises. They have to figure out how to turn off the electricity and how to fight these sharks. It's an Asylum movie, so it's exactly what you expect. But it didn't suck. Like the acting, they tried. It was like an Asylum movie where everybody tried. So that's still shit, but you know, they tried.
I'll put it on my queue on Tubi because apparently it's on there. I'll watch it, dude. Yeah, Asylum stuff is very hit and miss, and I'm down for it because their stuff is it's okay.
I like how Paul Otis is pulling out of Dumas Beach to go with Jim Dudas.
Most telegraphed joke in the history of cinema. Dumas Beach. Fuck you, Rusty.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. So, guys, I thought I had brought this up to you on our hangover session that we recorded, but no, this isn't. This is something I put in for today. Can you guys believe that there is a trigger warning at a Shakespeare performance?
What? Why?
I'm sorry, what?
Shakespeare's Globe Theater adds trigger warnings to Julius Caesar. Shakespeare's Globe Theater in London has added a trigger warning before a production of the Bard's famed tragedy of Julius Caesar to warn attendees of potentially offensive content within the 1599 play.
What? What would be offensive about Julius Caesar? Like, never mind.
No, please erupt, because this is fucking retarded. Like, how is this going?
So you're saying that a play from that long ago about a historical event needs a goddamn trigger warning because you forgot about it because you got high that day in history class? Oh my god! And because what there might be some red ribbons that come out, or some fake blood that happens, or a man bellowing out in fucking pain because he's acting. This is the trigger warning you need. It seems like the English are more and more fucking pussies every goddamn day. I don't know what's going on over there. I don't know what's in your water anymore. But you all need to nut the fuck up, okay? I'm tired of this shit.
I mean, like, okay, so I've never actually watched the play of Julius Caesar or anything like that, but I am assuming it's about Julius Caesar. So, like, hero of the Roman Republic, conqueror of Gaul, slayer of barbarians, comes back to Rome, takes over, makes himself emperor, gets stabbed to death by the Senate. I'm sorry, I'm not seeing what here would be something that would refer to triggering. I mean, we're talking about a historical character here, like a very ancient historical character from like 2,000 years ago, and a play from like 500 years ago. What the fuck?
Are they going to put a trigger warning on Othello as well?
Only the film versions where Laurence Olivier wore blackface.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, that would be the only trigger warning there. Jesus Christ, the time period we live in sucks so much hard fucking donkey dick.
It is shitty. It really does suck. Like, seriously,
trigger warnings before fucking historical plays. Forgiveness warnings from Disney about Gone with the Wind because it was made during a horrible time. Like, god damn it, man. Just
why? Well, Disney needs to apologize for Mulan. Just in general, for
they need to apologize for 100%. That they need to apologize for, but not Gone with the Wind that was made like 100 fucking years ago.
Well, that's a Warner Brothers picture, and that's just like a dumb. Look at if
God.
you don't want to watch a movie about that era of the South, just don't watch a movie about that era of the South. It's one of the, isn't it? Didn't we figure it out on Bullshit Trivia? It's the most seen film of all time when you adjust it for inflation.
Yeah,
that is correct.
Yeah.
So like, why attack the most widely seen film? I get it. A lot of the people that saw it are dead. Most of them.
everybody who was involved in it is dead too.
Yeah, Victor Fleming's been dead for fucking however long. Like a long time.
Oh my god. Okay, so I'm reading a story here. So here's why there's a trigger warning on this. The trigger warning for the tragedy of Julius Caesar, quote, depictions of war, self-harm, and suicide, contains violence, stage blood, and weapons, including guns and knives. Guns and what? How can it be fucking guns? They didn't have guns back then.
Weird.
Is this like that updated version of Julius Caesar they go to see in Hot Fuzz? And the only person that was murdered
that was Romeo. That was Romeo and Juliet.
That was Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Bang.
Oh, love me. That was a great. God, that's a great scene.
I fucking love that movie. I was actually thinking about buying that 4K, Cornetto pack this weekend.
Wait, do you have it on Blu-ray?
Yes, I have each of the movies individually on Blu-ray, and
I wouldn't upgrade, man.
I have to because the Blu-rays are 1,200 miles away, Jeff.
Oh, fair enough. Never mind. Then you'll never even notice a picture quality difference because Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz look pretty shitty in 4K. They look just like Blu-rays. Like I was like, oh man, I can't wait to upgrade two of my favorite movies of all time. They're still my favorite movies of all time. It's just they don't look any different. Like Beverly Hills Cop is an experience to watch it now because I'm like, oh wow, it's so crystal clear and beautiful. And it's not because other movies, are made back in the day and I'm upscaling them that much differently. Like certain movies from the modern era that get a nicer 4K restoration look pretty good. So I guess it's just picture dependent. Kendo, I wanted to ask you this while we're still kind of on the topic. Favorite Top Gun soundtrack, not by Loggins, Berlin, Cheap Trick, or Miami Sound Machine. Instrumentals and 60 classics don't qualify either. That's a super chat from Basara549.
So I can't pick Loggins, Berlin. Oh, okay. So then, I don't think that's on the soundtrack though. So I was gonna say I could just take the Top Gun anthem. That's Harold Faltermeyer. Yeah, but I don't think that's on the soundtrack. Oh God, it's been so long since I've fucking listened to that too. No, Top Gun anthem. I'm looking at it right now. Top Gun anthem is on the soundtrack, so I'm taking that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one too because it's Harold Faltermeyer.
Correct.
And we all know that his greatest achievement to the soundscape of the world was
The Top Gun anthem.
Axel F.
I'm gonna say Top Gun anthem because I've heard Axel F way too many times in my life.
Yeah.
Just saying.
But that's a testament to its
I've got a friend
popularity.
I used to love that. I used to love that as a kid, and then I have a friend that's just ruined it for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same here. Yeah. So I've heard it too many times in my life. I can perfectly hum it in my sleep. But I do miss the Top Gun soundtrack. It's the anthem though. So
We'll call
I
it
was just
one A
going
and one
theme for
B.
theme because the soundtracks aren't even comparable. The Beverly Hills Cop soundtrack has some good songs, but like
It's like 20
overall-
tracks, and 15 of them are different versions of Axel F.
yeah,
no,
yeah.
No. What I'm actually saying is like the soundtrack and the score are two separate things. I'm talking like the 1984 Beverly Hills Cop soundtrack versus the 1986 Top Gun soundtrack. Top Gun's gonna win because Beverly Hills Cop has some stuff I like on it, but the Top Gun soundtrack just has hit after hit after hit. Like it's kind of hard to compare those. But Axel F versus the Top Gun soundtrack's not even comparable. One, Beverly Hills Cop's like the soundscape of the 80s. Top Gun soundtrack's great, but it's like only for Top Gun. Axel F's everywhere. Like if you need a song that's like, what decade is this? You play that one. When you play the Top Gun theme, people go, what is this? Oh, is this the Top Gun theme? It builds that fucking drum and all that stuff. But you hear the first couple notes of Axel F, you're like, oh shit. It's the 80s.
You can get the Top Gun soundtrack on vinyl for $29.39 on Amazon.
Ooh.
That might be a late night impulse buy.
Ooh.
Do it.
That sounds.
Do it.
That sounds good.
DJ Nieves the fourth says, what's the next trigger warning for? An episode of Sesame Street?
Yes.
Well, there's an episode where Oscar the Grouch and Elmo are a little racist towards Mr. Hooper, so it's in the archives. One day we'll release it. But to be fair, hold on. You might be joking, but there is like a banned episode about divorce. So if they ever do put that one back out, they'll probably put a trigger warning on it, which is, it was like created to help kids cope with divorce, but it was too sad because it was too real. But like, you're trying to teach a child, like this could happen.
It's
and,
like
it's
making an episode about death. It's like it's too real. It's too sad. We fucking know. Sorry, that's life. Not everything's fucking lollipops and rainbows.
Or incense and peppermint. No,
that too.
So let's see what the audience is up to. Nick, pick a number between 1 and 69, please.
4.
Shut up!
Ooh, that was a good one. Pick another one though, because I wanted to press something else.
Okay. 19.
This is for you, Dion.
Oh God, that's so weird. So weird and unsettling. Oh man,
is this one worse? The Tobey Maguire face?
No, the other one's worse.
Yeah, because of the cigar. Yep. So, Cesario Japan, thank you very much. We talked about the Thor trailer. Cesario Japan also says, I still can't forgive Leslie Jones for ruining Supermarket Sweep. I saw
what?
So she's on the remake of Supermarket Sweep, that show that we liked from the show that we all saw in the 90s.
Oh, I like Supermarket Sweep. That was always fun because those people are stupid.
Because they never do the prices of shit?
Yeah. They're like, all right, you're going to go on a big fucking spree here at the end. Whoever gets the most money, and their thing wins. Nobody ever went to the meat case or like anything like that. They were always like going and like getting SpaghettiOs and shit and boxes of cereal. It's like, dude, you're fucking up. Go straight to the meat case. Just fire all that shit in there.
It was just always a weird show that I think it was on like the Family Channel.
Yeah, it was.
And I would just stop because as a kid, I would see like recognizable brands. It's like, why is there a wall of Pepsi or potato chips on this TV show? Because, a lot of shows had fake brands. They drank Duff beer or Buzz Cola. Well, Buzz Cola is real, but, usually shows didn't have it. So this show always was like not good for that for me. I just would look at it and go, oh, those are Doritos. Oh, they're getting real shit. And so I would turn it off because it wasn't as exciting as like the Toys R Us toy run.
Oh, dude, no. I remember. Oh, those were so much fun. It was so much fun to watch.
I would kill somebody to go on one of those. Like, let's create enough whatever to make sure that we can make that happen. Because imagine, dude, a fucking business Never mind. I'm stopping right there. I'm going to make that. That's my business.
Dude, I would be in the Lego section grabbing everything I could, especially nowadays.
God,
Everything's
yeah.
fucking expensive. It's like, just give me it all. Give it all to me.
So, sorry, now I'm just thinking of supermarket sweep and I'm hungry. TLJ Screwjob, though, thank you very much. Follow up to apathy chat. Birthday was the 22nd. Happy birthday. And my friends and I rewatched A New Hope. Thought it was good, but no, Wish 2 marathon before Disney. No Wish to marathon before, like before Disney. Oh, so sorry for that, TLJ Screwjob. Dion and I actually, my first go through of Star Wars every movie was with you, Dion, back in college, remember?
Yep.
We did 1 through 6. That's what existed for the longest time, and what should still exist. But TLJ Screwjob, your apathy is not lost on me. It took me 6 months to watch Star Wars again after Episode 7, so I feel your pain, man. Hopefully, you had a pretty good birthday though, outside of the lack to watch Empire. Also, the older I get, the more I stop with Star Wars. It isn't because I dislike Empire or Jedi. It's because Star Wars is a nice, complete story, and at the end of the day, I like to go home happy. I don't want to have to wait, even though I know what happens to Luke. Sometimes in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh God, is he going to make it? Is Han Solo going to get unfrozen? I'm still 10 at times.
No, but at the Rise of Skywalker, Chewie finally got his medal.
Yeah, because that's why I waited 30 years of being a Star Wars fan to rectify the wrongs that George Lucas did. What?
Oh God.
So Joseph Bianowicz, thank you very much for your generous super chat. He says, how's this for twisted? Disney destroys Star Wars just to reboot the whole thing in the way Disney wants it to be. Destroying the past only to resurrect a new version. Scary if it's the plan. Well, Joseph Bianowicz, I gotta say, after going to Star Wars Celebration, reboot isn't the right word. I would say, well, no, reboot would be the right word. I would rephrase that. You're correct there. But it's already happened. Like this reboot, this destruction of Star Wars, this impending doom, this change, it's already done. Like there's never going to be a remake of 7, 8, and 9 because 7, 8, and 9 was a remake of 4, 5, and 6. And this reboot of Star Wars has happened with The Mandalorian. Mandalorian was the first new IP from Disney Star Wars that worked. Rogue One is so entrenched with the original trilogy, it doesn't count. But going to Disney Star Wars Celebration, and I'm going to make sure I put that Disney on top of that from now on for the rest of this weekend, it is a celebration to their versions. So you will see paintings of Han Solo and Chewbacca and statues of Boba Fett and Darth Vader, but all the new stuff, it's like all the fans that were kind of waiting around forever for the original trilogy, it's like they've been ushered away. The prequels gets a little more love now, and it's about the Disney stuff. So this reboot that we've been hearing about, I haven't heard anything about it personally, because I've been watching a lot of YouTube lately, but that happened. It's here. It's not coming. There's nothing to, it's not about fearing. It's like, there's nothing to be afraid of in the future because the shit that you're afraid of, you're living now. So I would say adjust expectations. Not even that. I would say adjust what you're worried about and realize it's here. So if that makes you upset now, okay, I'm sorry, but I don't think it's coming. It's here. We're deep in it. You got to be around what Star Wars is now, and this is an officially hosted convention, and it's their Star Wars. The fucking passes, they're not even anything nice to look at. It's a bunch of clouds and a blurry picture of the Razor Crest, and the other one is like the Camino landing platform from Episode 2, but they're kind of blurry and shitty looking. So what Star Wars really is, guys, and this has been a Lucasfilm directive for a while. It was always make character merchandise off the shit that you don't have to license an actor's face. So, for example, you would get Han Solo toys and Luke and Leia and all that stuff. I'm not acting like that wasn't a thing. But you wouldn't see their Pez dispensers after 1999-ish. There may have been another push. But once you got to the prequel era where George Lucas had recognizable Star Wars characters that he owned fully, you didn't get Han, Luke, and Leia. You got Yoda, Darth Vader, a Stormtrooper, and C-3PO. Or R2-D2 or something like that. You got non-human characters. And that's kind of what Disney's really creating too, is they have strong designs for non-human characters that they can just create. You you can cosplay as. And that's really the future of Star Wars, to create characters that you can fully immerse yourself in because they're covered from head to toe. You can buy their branded cosplay. You can buy the branded helmets. You can buy all this shit that looks as good as the homemade stuff now. And that's kind of what Star Wars is. It's meant to be this, because identity's everything these fucking days. It's about how to put yourself in Star Wars as accurately as possible. And they really kind of sucked the flair and the flavor out of what it was. That's what branding and that's what Disney wants. They want to give you IPs that don't have a soul. They want to be able to put you in it so you can live in Disneyland by buying their merchandise constantly. That's what they've created with that. So that's your Star Wars reboot. That's where you are right now. Hope you like it. I don't. It's kind of homogenous and samey and ugly. And hey, you know what's great, guys? At Star Wars Celebration, there's a scaled fucking Galactic Star Cruiser suite that I can go hang out on. Isn't that great?
Oh yeah.
Sure.
$6,000.
$3,000 a night, bitch.
Jeez.
A good friend of the channel, Andrew Clark, says thoughts on the Winnie the Pooh horror movie. And we also had another super chat a little later on that mentioned the Winnie the Pooh horror movie as well. I'm going to make sure I give that person a shout out as well. But we're going to talk about that as well. So who else mentioned that? Well, when we get there, we'll get there. But yeah, what did you guys think of the Winnie the Pooh horror movie?
Hilarious.
I apparently it's not fake. It's a real thing happening. I was just like, oh shit, it's actually
that's something we need to watch for the channel.
I'm entirely down for that because that sounds ridiculous and fun. Yeah, that's
because I'm there.
Yeah, it's weird because like it's one of those things. The trailer dropped. I was like, oh, this is fake. Somebody's just kind of having fun with this IP or whatever like that. It's like, oh no, it's real. I'm like, oh, okay. It seems like on the outskirts we're getting into that era of just like weird shit movies happening, which I'm entirely fine with. We need them. We need weird fun things, as opposed to superhero movies and things about space wizards. We need to get away from those.
I enjoyed that I went and saw a movie about a multiverse that didn't have Marvel's name on the front, because Everything and Everywhere and All at Once is about multiverses and dimensions and this and that and alternate realities. And it was good. It was a fun movie that made you think about humanity and made you question reality without it being a superhero movie, which I liked because it was a drama. It was a little harder hitting than what Marvel gives you. Yeah. And it was cool to see Jonathan Ke-Huy Quan, a.k.a. Short Round, a.k.a. Data from the Goonies. His voice sounds almost identical to when he was a child.
Yeah. His voice hasn't really changed much. But I'm glad he was in it. I'm glad he's doing stuff again, I guess. So that's awesome.
This is his first acting gig, I think, since Goonies. Maybe. I thought he was doing like stunt work and stuff behind the scenes, because he does there's a couple fight scenes and he's great, and you can see his face the entire time. So the choreography is on point. I think that's what he had been working on outside of this stuff.
That's great.
Now, I'm on board for the Winnie the Pooh trailer. I'm on board for the public domain stuff. Guys, what we should really do is we should become one of the people that makes something crazy out of a public domain character, like something really cool. That's like when isn't Mickey Mouse going out of the public domain soonish?
Very well, yeah. Disney's trying to fight it, but the government's kind of like, "Fuck you, you can't have that anymore." So
I'm going to make the best Mickey Mouse derivative as soon as he goes into the public domain. It's going to be It should be like Fritz the Cat meets Mickey Mouse. I don't know if I want to get that route.
Mickey Mouse on coke.
Oh god,
let's have some fun, huh?
Oh, Mickey Mouse is a pimp. That's my story.
Oh,
yes.
Where's my money, bitch?
It'll literally be how Mickey goes.
But it's gotta be voiced by Kendo.
Oh, hey, bitch! Want to make some fucking money? Oh.
I just want to hear that the whole time. That's
it. He's freebasing in the corner. Oh.
Yep.
Pluto's on the corner. Hey, Dion, how did Pluto lose that much weight?
Shit.
Remember that guy in Texas?
Got AIDS.
So, folks, I don't know if you've ever heard this story on the show. It happened many years ago, but we'll tell it again real quick. Dion and I were in Texas for WrestleMania 32. We're walking around downtown Dallas, and this guy on the street goes up to Dion and goes, "Hey, man, I used to be built just like you." And Dion goes, "Oh, yeah, what happened? How'd you lose all that weight?" He goes, "I got AIDS." And we froze. and then we ran away because we're like, what the fuck is happening? We didn't literally
Yep.
run, but
True story.
we got the fuck out of there, dude. That was weird. Goku McDuck, that's a great screen name, by the way. Will you guys mention the outrage of the Rescue Rangers movies? It involves insect copulation and mocking the tragic life of Bobby Driscoll. I've been hearing like the people are mad about the Rescue Rangers movie, but I didn't know what the deal was. Have you guys heard this?
No, I heard
No,
they're
actually, no.
redoing it, but I didn't hear anything about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so who is Bobby Driscoll? Rescue Rangers villain controversy explained. Okay, let's learn about this together. So let's see. Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers have received some controversy of how similar the villain is to Bobby Driscoll. But who is that? While Driscoll's story isn't very well known, there's a reminder of the tragedy. Okay, so he was a child actor, also contracted to Disney, and he died in 1968. So he spent years homeless, developed a heroin addiction, and was eventually sent to rehab, which ended up completely killing his career. Eventually, Driscoll moved to New York and joined Andy Warhol's studio called The Factory, where he stayed there until he died in 1968. So the tragedy of his life is defined by his firing from Disney for something he couldn't control. They received criticism. The movie has received criticism for seemingly referencing it in a less than tasteful way through the villain Sweet Pete. So Sweet Pete is a middle-aged. Where's that at? Oh, I guess he's making fun of Peter Pan in that. So I haven't seen the movie. I haven't heard about this. I just heard that there was controversy. So, like, what do you guys think about it? Just learning about it right this moment.
I mean, if it's a Driscoll, I don't know. I have to see this. I have to see the movie. If I don't know, it's just it's not the go-to reference I would go to. But
hold on. Let me rephrase it because I didn't tell you this story. He was fired in 1953 after developing an extremely bad case of acne. After being fired, he spent years homeless, developed a heroin addiction, and was eventually sent to rehab. So that's what happened. He was fired for his acne. So Peter Pan having acne, I guess, is the joke.
Wow.
Because
I still got to see it in rescue
context.
They make an acne joke about Peter Pan. You know what I mean? I with no context, I can't see if it's them being shitty or not.
Well, they say what makes it even worse is how there's no redemption for Sweet Pete in the Disney Plus original movie. In the climax of the movie, Chip and Dale try to empathize with Sweet Pete's feelings of anger and loneliness, but not only does he just laugh at them, he tries to kill them and is eventually thrown into jail for his crimes.
Oh, okay.
All right. I mean, if it is a Driscoll reference, that it's kind of shitty, but I mean, I gotta see it.
Yeah, I'll maybe one day watch it. I don't know. I did like the cartoon as a kid, though. I thought that was a great cartoon. Yeah. Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
Oh yeah,
it was all fun. Monterey Jack.
Yeah,
loved it.
It was good.
What'd you like more, that or Tailspin?
Tailspin. I like Tailspin way more.
Sacrilege in my house.
Especially the beginning song was way better.
I would take Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers over Tailspin. Oh,
I just like Tailspin.
Yeah.
Dude, I did like Tailspin. I watched it every day it was on. Well, I liked the Disney cartoons as a backup. It's like when my go-to as a kid, depending on the age, was like Power Rangers. If Power Rangers were on, they were the top. But after Power Rangers ended and Nickelodeon or the Fox Kids ended, sometimes you'd find Disney cartoons later, or like before school is when I watched a lot of the Disney cartoons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they were legit back in the day. I mean, I don't know if they.
No, they were definitely good, but yeah, no, I understand what you mean. Like they were secondary cartoons.
Yeah, I'm glad it just wasn't me because that's why I feel the way I do about the Disney brand because we honestly grew up in the small window of time where Disney was the secondary brand to other kids shit. Because Nickelodeon was dominating with all their stuff. But dude, nothing had been a phenomenon like the Ninja Turtles, which dominated from 1987 to 96 the show was on. That was one of the biggest boys properties. Then you had Power Rangers, you had all the Marvel shit come in. You could have a rich childhood and never touch a Disney property in the 90s.
Yeah. I mean, I remember what was it? Like DuckTales. I remember watching kind of a little bit of DuckTales, Darkwing Duck, Tailspin, things like that. But they were always secondary. Always secondary.
Yeah, Darkwing Duck was great though.
Yeah.
That theme song, man.
Oh yeah.
So have you guys heard about Kevin Spacey? He's in trouble again.
Yep.
Wait! I thought he was like in jail or some shit. What happened?
No,
Arrested.
Kevin Spacey's out, but now he's facing 4 new counts of sexual assault against 3 men in the United Kingdom.
Apparently, he was out. He was out and about very quickly.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. The charges include 2 alleged acts of sexual assault, which are said to have taken place in London in March of 2005, involving a victim that is now in his 40s, 2 acts of sexual assault that took place in August of 2008, victims now in their 30s, and another act of sexual assault involving a 3rd victim who is also now in his 30s. The latest incident reportedly took place in Gloucestershire, Western England, in April of 2013. Now, in 2017, Spacey was accused by at least 20 individuals who worked with the actor at the Old Vic Theatre in London. So these are just, I guess, new ones coming out from the past. But Kevin Spacey, he's in trouble again.
Well, I mean, good. I'm glad he's in trouble again. He just fucking deserves it. Go back to jail.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's wild. Obviously, he a lot of fucking bones in the closet, man. And it seems so far. I mean, we'll wait till more information comes out, but it's not looking very good for old Mr. Frank Underwood.
I didn't watch the new DuckTales. I don't watch any of the new stuff because it's like, what's the point?
Dude, the new DuckTales is they're like right off the back, they're just extremely inclusive. They're like, hey, our neighbors are these people. You should like them and you should go play with their kid. It's like, what? That was never the premise of the show. It's just like they got into shenanigans with their uncle and all the stuff he did. Like he would, and he was getting chased by a constant bad guy and stuff, and that's what would happen. And yeah, it was just weird. The new stuff is pretty woke and it's just not fun.
Yeah, at least they're up front with it. Hey kids, you see that guy over there? He's a different color than you. Be nice to him and go be his friend because diversity.
Basically.
Wasn't a show like Doug full of that, but they never once talked about skin color? It's like Doug was flesh colored. His neighbors were blue. His other neighbors were green. The other girl was purple. And they all went to school. And I'm sure there was some kind of racial allegory that we didn't even pick up on. But like
because they did it so well that it didn't matter.
Right. It
Like-
was well written.
Yeah.
I hate the fact that we live in an era where we have to say, I want these X good things to happen. Of course we want these X good things to happen. But like,
Well,
if you're gonna
even
put
look
this-
okay, even well, not even a recent show, but like when we were kids, Hey Arnold, for
Yeah,
instance,
that-
like never anything was said about those characters. They were just best friends. That was the first episode we saw. Done. That's it.
Well, dude, it's like Peanuts. Charlie Brown, there was a black guy on Charlie Brown. They never pointed that out. They just all hung out. Peppermint Patty was most likely a lesbian, but they never pointed that out.
I'd
Yeah.
put money on that one.
Oh yeah, we all would. But it's one of those things where it's like it was all done when we were kids and we all accepted it and we were just kind of like, oh, okay, cool. People in the world are different, and that's just how the world is. Moving on.
It's like they set us up for our futures earlier. And
Yeah.
so we understood what the world was going to be like and could focus
Hell,
on other
even Power Rangers did the exact same thing. They were all different walks of life, different kids and things like that. Yeah, it was kind of shitty that the Black Ranger was the black guy, but that's not that fucking bad. That's really not that fucking bad.
I never picked up as a kid like that, but I never picked up the diversity shit. It's like I never thought it was a big deal that Trini was Asian and her grandpa wanted to teach this or so and so brought in.
Exactly. It was one of
from
those
their
things
ethnic
you
background.
just accepted because it was a cool show and they had it in there. That was it.
Yeah. And that show, by the way, folks, make sure that you are subscribed here, but to all the other channels that are involved with Iconicon, including Retro Blastin', Analog Toys, 2 Cent Toys, many other channels out there, great channels. I'm a part of that. We're going to have a lot of fun. We have a Power Ranger stream that we're going to be hosting here on this channel. We're also going to have some wrestling streams that I'm going to be a part of, as well as some great 90s toy tie-ins. So, folks, make sure that you stop everything you're doing and follow Iconicon. It's the best online convention ever. See, the whole point of all of our channels was to create entertainment to fight the mainstream. And so Iconicon is just another one of those. It's awesome. Last year, I had the opportunity to be a part of it. And this year, it's going to be even bigger. I can't really tell you everything that's going to be out there, but it's going to be great. So make sure that you follow it because you're going to have a good time. And that's what this is all about. So, guys, this is going to be the end of the week, or the end of the Johnny Depp trial this week. So we're pretty much done with that. But I wanted to bring up the Kate Moss thing. Have you guys heard about the Kate Moss bombshell in the Depp trial?
That he did not hit her? He did not.
Yes. In honor of the Johnny Depp bombshell, let me press the button.
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Hits every time. So it's funny how everything was believe this, believe that, and now the thing that she was supposed to believe wasn't even real. So long story short, folks, Amber Heard admitted to hitting Johnny Depp in court because she said she didn't want to be treated like Kate Moss. She heard the story of how Kate Moss was hit and beat. But then Kate Moss went on record and said, I never got hit. I fell down those stairs. Johnny Depp helped me. Did you guys laugh at that as hard as I did?
Wait, helped her fall down the stairs? That's the same thing as being pushed, Jeff.
Well, yes, but they didn't figure that part out. All right.
No, it's just funny because I love how everybody, even his exes, are coming out of the fucking woodwork and being like, "Listen, he's a crazy fucking dude, but he's not violent, so calm down." Right.
Yeah, that's if there's one thing I've learned from this entire trial, both of them are not good people.
Yeah.
But Johnny just seems to be, a drunken, maybe sort of when he's not, trying to be sober, drug-addled, lunatic, but not violent towards women. Just wacky as shit.
Because it's important. Though. You might be evil, but at least you're not racist. And so
correct.
You might be those things, but at least you're not hitting anybody. Like, it's important, though. These distinctions are important.
Yeah, you might be an alcoholic, drug-addled madman in your own head, but that doesn't mean you're a woman abuser. Whereas we've also learned that Amber Heard is a violent individual, shat on a bed, and is really not good at lying.
Oh God, no, because like the prosecutors on Johnny's side just keep nailing her to the fucking wall, and it's wonderful seeing those clips every day. It's like, oh, bitch, you're trying to be smart, but it ain't coming through.
It's like the highlight of my toilet reading every morning. I'm so happy. It's like, oh, great, something else funny to shit to. I miss that it's gonna be over.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting with the fallout, but yeah, it's that girl is a bag of cats.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what's going to happen in the end. Are they going to side with him, or are they going to side with her? Like, what's the deal?
Well, we will find out. There's all kinds of Aquaman talk, so she might be out of that one too. And nothing of value.
I heard that her role got reduced to like 10 minutes or under 10 minutes or something like that. It was yeah. And she was really devastated about that, apparently. She was super devastated about her part being diminished that far. I'm just like, bitch, nobody wants you. You're radioactive. Nobody wants you.
Now, do you guys want to hear something kind of silly? This is just a quick one, but I think you guys will chuckle at this. So we are a few days away from June. What is so special about June on the internet?
A beginning of summer?
Or Kendo?
Having 2 months off.
Dion?
Juneteenth, motherfucker.
Fair, I guess. I don't even. I didn't know what that fucking day was until it's a holiday.
Nobody did.
Yeah, I'm late to the party.
Well, I mean,
there's ice cream involved now.
I wouldn't die on that hill.
Wait, okay. So if you're one of these companies out here trying to look good, there's this thing you do called doing well by doing good. So it looks good every June for every company to celebrate Pride Month. You're going to see rainbow colored everything in a couple days. And you know what? Do what you want to do. If you're gay, thumbs up. Live your happy life. We're all about that. But what we're not about is companies trying to cash in on this shit, looking socially responsible to make some money. I just wanted to show you another way that Disney's full of shit this week. Would you like to laugh?
Oh,
Sure.
please, yes.
Disney's Pride Collection fashion line is manufactured in China, a country whose government regards homosexuality as a mental disorder and harvests much of its cotton supply using slave labor.
Ah, there it is.
No, there you go. There's your headline for the week. Isn't that?
I'm going to.
wonderful,
I'm
Disney?
going to. God, I might make that our like pinned tweet for that entire month, just so everybody can see it. Because that's fucking hilarious, and I might share that every day in June just to keep people reminded of that as well. It's like, yep, this is a thing that's happening, just so you're aware.
I mean, I find it funny that these companies want to die on these hills. They want to be seen as
No, Jeff. They want to die on those hills for 29 days, and then they're just like, yeah, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah.
Is June only 29 days?
No,
Well,
it's 30 days,
days,
but
you know.
it takes the first day for them to get everything loaded up and in the hopper and ready to be posted, and then the last day to scrub all that shit because it's almost July.
Yeah.
That's right.
Be like, guys, it's June 30th. We've got less than 24 hours where we don't give a shit about the gays anymore. Get everything ready to put our social media back to normal.
It's just like, why? It's very obvious to everyone that this is a marketing move. There's no love or there's like, all you people do is make money. That's fine, but like, don't lie. That's the thing. Just like tell us, like, look, we want everybody to buy our product. Just literally say that. Like, hey, like Coca-Cola should just make a commercial. Buy our product no matter what you look like. There you go. That's honesty. Like, I might even drink a Coke if you do that. But this, like, trying to act like you're friends of whatever or allies of whatever, or just trying to get involved in this kind of stuff as a business. Like, I'm trying to think of a company that doesn't get involved in shit. Like, does Nintendo get involved with crap like that? Or just in general, like, do they get involved with social issues?
I honestly no. I mean, listen, a lot of
do.
companies that do things, you do things. If you mean them, you do them without advertising it. A lot of companies do stuff behind closed doors, or they have opportunities for their employees to get involved in stuff, which I think is totally fine, right? It adds a little bit more of a genuine intent when it later comes out that people say, yeah, my company did this, that, and the other thing. But with fucking social media and all this stuff, I mean, it is so very clear that companies like Disney and when they're changing their Twitter handles to the pride flag, they don't give a shit. They just want you to buy their shit because, they like people in this group. I'll buy their stuff. When at the same time, these companies will do business with governments that want to kill people of certain groups and still use slavery, So, you can't tell me they give a shit. There's no genuine concern for other human beings when they do this shit. And so, and to that point, I'd be like, yeah, don't, it's okay that if, someone were to reach out to or get on Twitter and reach out to a company and say, well, why don't you say anything? They say, because we're running a bit. That's not our place. And I think that's an acceptable fucking answer for especially international companies. Like you're not going to, you're definitely not going to get everyone to approve you when you do business with shady motherfuckers. And I don't like it, but I at least understand like, hey, that happens. So yeah, man, most companies should stay out of stuff. Just make whatever product it is. And as long as you ain't doing something illegal, most of them don't have any fucking room to talk.
Yeah, and in fact, I'd be happy if all those companies didn't change their logos for like for 29 or 30 days. I'd have more respect for them to just not do it. Just be like, post like once a week about it in a positive light, and then fucking move on. That's it.
By the way, I didn't know Nintendo had SJW people on Instagram. I don't use Instagram. People are like, hey, what are you doing on Instagram? I'm like, I don't know, getting likes, I guess, but I don't fucking use it. So no, I guess Nintendo has some crazy spokesman. Is it Anissa Sarkeesian? Is Nintendo hire her?
Oh,
Are we fucking done? Did we lose?
Oh my god.
It happened. We fucking lost.
Jeez.
That chick is the harbinger of doom.
I'm interested to see what. Well, not really interested to see, but like what G4 is going to do for the month of June. See what their kind of bullshit
Oh
is
God,
up
one
to.
can only imagine.
Absolutely
And that's the
nothing.
weird thing is, people, gay people and trans, like they don't like that shit either. Like they don't like it, when you're getting on Twitter and on Instagram and saying and doing all this shit when you clearly don't motherfucking give a shit, and obviously it's the bar between what is SJW and not, according to the internet, is that that goalpost is always fucking moving. But yeah, man, like even people in these groups are like, yo, dude, you're doing too fucking much. I'm a person, not a goddamn hashtag.
A statistic. It used to be the
Pretty
thing.
much.
Oh, I don't want to be a statistic. Now you're just a hashtag. That's even like that's lowering quality even more. Before, a statistic is you were just a number of something important. Now you're just like it's like a self-important thing. It's like, oh, hashtag.
Yeah, well, now you're a throwaway thing on a social media app that changes every 30 minutes.
Right.
So like you could be your relevancy is going to dwindle very quickly.
Yeah.
Well, and people forget, like, marketing is to get people who already don't use your stuff to use your stuff, to buy your products, to give you money. There's a reason why they're doing it on Twitter, right? Like they know that people who don't play their video game or buy their fucking soda or buy their movies or go to their theaters, they're not doing it to seem like they're a good company. They're doing it like, hey, people who don't already give us their money have a higher chance of giving us their money if they see us posting shit that they agree with. Disney doesn't give a shit about any fucking community. All they want is you and everyone you fucking know to give them your fucking money. And that's one reason why things got so fucking weird with Star Wars and with Mulan over the last, since 2015, is because, that shit started coming out where it's like, hey, we're gonna, they kind of, to their credit, they did back off a little bit, but changing their fucking Twitter handle to the gay pride flag or to the like the Zimbabwe flag, when it's like, one, you work with China, and two, you took the black dude off of a major poster for your movie so you wouldn't piss off the aforementioned fucking China. And people were like, yo, that's fucked up. These companies, major companies, don't give a shit about that. For them, Twitter is the same as jumping in front of a fucking bullet. They don't, as long as you pay, say what you want about Elizabeth Banks. She didn't do that because she honestly thought that this was going to be a turning point for women in movies. She said all that crazy shit to get women who may or may not actually watch action movies to come see her fucking movie. That's why she did that shit at, it wasn't the Oscars, at the Golden Globes or whatever, where she tried to call out Spielberg or something. She didn't do it because she believed that shit. She did it to try to sell her fucking movie. And when it didn't happen, she didn't apologize. She shut the fuck up and she disappeared into the ether. If she really believed that was what it, that she was making this movie about, her fellow female co-workers, she'd have been like, you know what, I fucked up. This set it back. No, she didn't say anything and she disappeared. These companies and these people do not give a shit. They will say whatever. That's why Alec Baldwin gets so much shit. Because whatever you think about the previous president, that dude had a career resurgence going on SNL and doing all this shit. And then come to find out, he doesn't fucking check his gun when he points at his coworkers and pulls the trigger. Like, and I say it all the time, if you believe something, you believe it all the time, especially when it's difficult. And that's what makes this shit so disingenuous, is they don't believe it when it's difficult, when it's hard, when it costs them money. Martyrdom is not a money-making endeavor. And there's a reason why companies back off that shit when people stop buying stuff.
Yeah.
It's two things that just don't mix. If you make a product, you make movies, just do that and tell these people, yo, that's not our place. We don't have a fucking opinion. Employees make their decisions. If they fuck up, we fire them. If they don't, then we're all about it. But, stop all this fake Twitter activism shit. It doesn't work.
Guys, where did it go? I had something funny pop up. We'll get to it in a sec. Oh, yeah, here it is. So last week we talked about She-Hulk. You guys remember that ugly trailer we watched?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So apparently it wasn't just us or people that are negative naysayers because Disney has released a higher quality trailer that improves the CGI.
They Sonic the Hedgehog hogged it?
Apparently.
They've released a higher quality trailer that shows off improvements of the character, including better facial features and better skin and stuff. It's just funny how, like, it was like last week you were negative for shitting on it, and it turns out, wait, it was a real concern. They actually fixed it because it was that bad.
That's crazy.
Which
what?
Which trailer was it that got fixed?
The She-Hulk trailer. Remember last week we were talking about how terrible she looked, like Shrek and all that.
I heard Sonic. I got confused. They actually
no. Nick was no. I. That's kind of a quick turnaround, wouldn't you think?
It had to be if you want to sell the fucking show. It looked terrible.
Oh, I'm glad they listened.
Well, I mean, yeah, they listen. That's cool, but how many people are actually going to take time and watch the show? Like, that's the thing. Is like,
well, the thing is, though, that's irrelevant to the point of they fucked up and they put out something quick and they have to fix it because they just don't, like, they're not caring. They're like, look, we're just going to pump it out and people are going to love it because of this brand. And people are like, no, we don't love it because of this brand. And now they have to flat out fix it, which is awesome. This is more money they have to spend and this and that. Like, if they didn't do it wrong the first time, they wouldn't have to fix it.
Yeah. I mean, you listen, if anything, they get credit because at least with Sonic, they redid it and the movie ended up being pretty good. But, it's just one of those things, man, where you just can't win with Marvel, man. You really can't. Like, and it's great. They get points for that, but you said it earlier, the fact that they put it out like that, and from day one on this show, we have been proponents of, so many of these studios think you're an idiot like that. That's why, every time something weird happens and we're all like, why the fuck was that? Someone got paid for this shit. Who okayed this shit? It's because they think the audience is dumb, and again, it goes back to that genuine way that you feel about stuff. Apparently Marvel and Disney are all into the female empowerment thing, which is whatever. But here you have She-Hulk and you put out a shitty trailer like that because you think the audience is too dumb to not notice that the CGI looks fucking terrible. Like that's why I'm with you that they deserve to fucking have to fix that stuff because that was, that was amateur hour shit. Like that was a legitimate trailer and it looked like fucking garbage.
Yeah, it's from Disney, they're fucking it's supposed to be good, and the fact that it didn't come out good, they had to like almost redo it, or they had somebody redo it or whatever. It says that that they're trying, but I just don't care anymore about this.
Just
stuff.
trying to put asses in seats, man.
Yeah,
like
man.
There's it's all quantity over quality.
The
fact that trailer got fucking, and they're supposed to be like, hey, Miss Marvel, obviously we did a push with Captain Marvel in the last couple movies. Now we're gonna have She-Hulk because she's big, green, mean, and a woman machine, and we put out this really shitty trailer to showcase how little attention that we give it. Like, come on, man. Like, you can't have it both ways. Either you believe this shit all the way or you don't.
Yeah,
stop insulting the fucking fans' intelligence.
I have a question though. If fans didn't complain about this, if we were all just happy, blind corporate shills, would they ever fix anything, or would they keep lowering the quality because it's
no
cheaper?
way in hell?
No, man, no. They would, yeah. If we didn't say anything, they would never fix it.
Yeah, and that horse left the barn when the Sonic fucking trailer hit, and everybody just revolted against that, and they went back and dumped all that money in there to fix it. So. Yeah, I mean, it's obvious that if it's loud enough and they can hear the money not hitting their bank account, then they'll be like, oh, maybe we should fucking do something differently.
Listen, I said it before. I think it goes back even farther to the fucking, Aliens Colonial Marines game because that was so fucking bad.
Oh yeah,
that somebody sued the goddamn studio, and I think that was the thing that kind of rippled through entertainment a little bit. It wasn't a big one, obviously, but it was big enough where you had moments like Sonic and She-Hulk, and obviously, the panicked rebranding of the Marvel movies and I guess TV show now, where it's like, you can push something, but if people don't like it, who gives a shit if you agree with what they think or not? they're not buying your shit.
Yeah.
So, do you or do you not want to see the first image from the new Indiana Jones movie, Dion?
I do, just to fucking rip the Band-Aid off, but deep down I'm just like, put him out of his misery.
There it is. Let's zoom out so people can see it. So, folks that aren't watching the show but listening, it is a silhouette of Indiana Jones walking in profile across a rope bridge inside of a cave with a waterfall behind him, and there is yellow light shining down, and it's fine. It's fine. I don't know. Is it because everything's so mundane it's hard to get angry or happy about?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it's 80.
That too. Like that's why they released a picture on a video, because he'd be shaking on that bridge if it was a video.
Yeah.
I hate it because it actually looks cool. That's what pisses me off. If this were the fucking poster,
it doesn't look cool. It's the most mediocre Indiana Jones image we got. You know what it is when you look at it exactly.
Yeah, but it's not touched up. It's simple. It's indie. Indie, and it's him on a drawbridge with the silhouette. It looks cool, but it sucks because it's a corporate AI project, man. That's what sucks.
And we know for a fact that this next one's going to really blow Donkey Dink. We know it's going to happen.
Oh yeah, they've telegraphed that shit from a mile away.
Yeah. We even have fucking what is it? Pictures of like the guy with the face dots on it.
Oh yeah,
they're going to deepfake Harrison Ford and shit. So like it's happening. We know it's happening.
I'm sad.
I'm so sad, man, because that legitimately is cool, and I'm just like, oh fuck, man! Like, here we go again with buy the numbers. This is gonna make X amount of dollars. Well, it's gonna cost X amount of dollars. It's good enough profit. Let's make another Indiana Jones movie, and it's like, god damn, like, it's clearly a fucking money grab, and it's just fucking depressing. It's so depressing.
I don't. South Park said it right, or did it right when they showed Harrison or Indiana Jones on the pinball machine. I'm just really saddened that there's more. Like, come on, let the guy rest and retire. It felt like the last one.
That they've seen that. They've seen that, and like they know that they're a meme, and they still made the movie, dude.
Well, because they see the meme as like, oh, this is marketing. People will like it. It's recognizable. They'll go watch it. For some reason, there's a disconnect between like the people below them and the higher ups. Like there's somebody in the middle who's like fucking with them and saying like, trying to keep their job and just be like, yeah, keep doing this. This is a great idea. Like somebody's lying to them, and they keep listening to this person, and they keep fucking up.
Well, it's just like there's just nowhere to go because he's old. I guess it's gonna be during the space race with the Soviets, and it's like we know that he's old. It's gonna be the late 60s, maybe the early 70s. He's gonna be old as fuck in the late 60s.
Yeah.
So it's either going to be a sad attempt to make him an action movie in that we see really bad deep fakes and really bad stunt double work and really bad writing to mask the fact that he's old, or shit that doesn't make sense, or it's going to be a terrible passing the torch movie, which means we're either going to get a revitalized semi-Shia LaBeouf bullshit, or they're going to give it to someone who doesn't fucking deserve it, and it's going to
give it to a female. They're going to give it to a female. We know it already.
It won't work
because it's going to be in the 60s.
Well, no, I meant you can't pass off the mantle of Indiana Jones because Harrison Ford has been the character since his existence over 40 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's too late to try to get somebody else to play. It's too late to try to get a female version. And I'm not saying you guys are wrong. I think this shit's going to happen or could happen. What I'm saying, though, is it's a failure. It's a recipe for failure because you've had Lara Croft Tomb Raider, who's been around since 1995 or 6. I don't remember exactly when that game came out, but she's been around for so long in the zeitgeist that she is the female explorer. There's no female explorer to create. Disney doesn't, Lucasfilm can't create the next great female version of blank because they did that shit at IDOS 20 something years ago, almost 30 years ago now. So she'll just be derivative like every Avenger. Oh, I want to go see Iron Man. Well, you'll get Ironheart, but I want to see Captain America. No, you don't. You want the Falcon. But wait, what about Black Panther? Nah, he's passe. Let's take Shuri or whatever her fucking name is. Like
White
that's
Panther.
what Panther. Honestly,
Whoa.
it's brand names with new IP, like new characters. And by the way, little spoiler alert, and this will come out this week on this channel. There is a Indiana Jones section at Star Wars Celebration for the merchandise. There is about to be a licensed fertility idol, crystal skull, and the goblet, the cup of Christ, the carpenter's cup. But there's only one problem. It's so poorly painted. It's like they just painted triangles on it, or just took a paintbrush and just went over it one time. It's like, it's comical. It looks like a kid's toy. So be prepared to spend $80 on a piece of shit if you can be easily duped.
This is why I spent $200 on the Goonies thing like a month ago, and I'm happy with that.
Well, look, the Indiana Jones cosplay coming to Disneyland looks pretty shitty too. So folks, go spend hundreds of dollars on a Dorfman Pacific hat that you could have got years ago. Shit, you can still buy them somewhere else.
It's just depressing. It's just depressing.
Now, Melissa Lord, you said with Indy 5 you'll hear John Williams and get goosebumps, but don't be fooled. This ain't real Indy. This is fake corporate Disney Indy. Melissa, I saw episode 7, I'm sorry to myself, in theaters, and Michael from Retro Blasting and I did a great interview years ago where the first thing we said we knew that they were going wrong with these movies was the music. The fucking score didn't punch you in the chest. The bang of the Star Wars theme, that first series of notes, that boop, it wasn't there. It was just like beep. Indiana Jones might be the same if, because John Williams was attached to all those ones. The only guy and I don't even think it's John Williams that doesn't have it. I think somebody else gets attached to it, and John Williams is just attached in name. So
yeah, Well, it's probably the same thing where like they get a director to direct a movie for one day, and it's like John Carpenter's, the Ward or some shit, but he was there for 24 hours. It's the same thing where like the person directing the music for a day is going to be John Williams, and they're going to be like, oh, John Williams did the music for a day.
Yeah, it was. If you go watch episode 7, it's like music by John Williams, and then it's like some other 2 dudes or some other guy or something like that. So,
yeah, because I mean, that's the legal precedent. It's like he directed the music for a day, so you can have directed by so and so legally on there, but it doesn't. Context matters.
Ooh. Here we go. Actually, we have a great recommendation in the chat. Indiana Jones searching for a doctor who invented something called a flux capacitor.
Nice.
I mean, if it's the 60s, yeah, he's already made it, so it would be there.
Yeah, but would it be there? Because we have an accurate timeline of when Doc finished the flux capacitor, because he finally finished it in 1985. But like
no, Jeff. He finished the car in 85.
He finished the time machine, but he said he spent years in his family's fortune. So like he only had the drawing of the schematic in 1955. Was the technology there yet in the 60s?
We don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know when that happened. We just know the day that
I might have to read the Back to the Future comics to really get context for that.
Yeah, we just know when he fell off the toilet and, banged his head.
Yep.
So we should.
I mean, there could have been and the thing is that there could have been previous attempts at making a time machine that weren't, the DeLorean. We don't know.
Oh, I'm sure there were, especially the refrigerator.
So, I mean, there could have been other vehicles, other devices, other doorways, other things like that. So we just don't know.
We don't. But, I don't want to know. That's for Star Wars to ruin everything.
True.
So,
by the way, Night Motorcycle, you can get that at every corner drugstore.
Yeah, it's past 1985. I can just think about it and it appears. That's what 2022 is like.
It's true.
That's what I would love. A time travel movie where a dude from like our generation gets stuck in like the 90s, and then he can convince his people that he really is from the future by like predicting a couple small things, but then just fucks with them. Like, yeah, man, we all float around, we take these pills, and it helps us fly. Like, dumb shit like that. That'd be fun. So, speaking of fun, let's talk about a super chat that reminds us of a really good time from Dimajani. What's up, dude? He says Star Wars Celebration was only good under Disney in Chicago 2019. Damn right.
I had a good time.
That was a good time. That was a good time.
We made that show awesome. All of us. We had my favorite part was the bar. I thought a couple people were going to show up. That place was jam-packed. Holy shit. It was fun.
Yeah, it was.
I want to give a shout out to our friend at Patty Max who did help us have that big event there. A lot of great listeners out there that support WCBS, and it's always nice to meet people in person. So
and I have to mention this because the bar, Chris Wicks came all the way from Australia to meet us, and he was a lovely individual. Still miss him. Great dude.
Yeah, I can't wait till we can find an excuse to all get together under something better than Star Wars.
Yeah,
That would be nice.
TLJ Screwjob, he says at Nick, don't bring the president into this. Old man watches young boy.
That's what the name of the Kenobi show should be. Old man watches young boy. That's what the fuck it should be called.
Don't do that to my boy.
Listen, the show's already going to be shit. We know that. But that's basically what Disney's making. They're making old man watches young boy in the fucking desert.
Why can it be called That's My Boy? And it's like a riff on the Adam Sandler movie with Ewan McGregor. It couldn't be worse.
That'd work.
Here he is. Xavier to God. What is up, dude? He says, do you guys like the Sith rule of 2, 1 Lord and 1 apprentice, or should there be more Siths? I don't like it. Never have. It's kind of weird. It seems like an extraneous rule added by George Lucas to seem like he had more of Star Wars planned out. It just so happens that there was only the Emperor and Darth Vader. So you don't have to mirror that again. Like, I think that was one of those things where George overthought it, and you could have had an army of Sith versus an army of Jedi, or you could have had a better threat, because that's one of the real downfalls of the prequels is the lack of a strong villain. Every movie has their new villain, their new introduction, and then they die. They fucking die. Hey, Darth Maul is the fucking advertising campaign, but he gets cut in half. Well, that was a waste. Oh man, Jango Fett looks like he's going to be fucking amazing. Boop, off with his head. Well, okay. General Grievous, that's the fucking oh, he's dead. Like, it was so disappointing.
Yeah, that
was never getting behind one of these characters. And so I think the rule of 2 just sucked as well as that.
Well, I mean, also realize that in A New Hope, they basically took what the Jedi looked like from Kenobi, and then that's their uniform for the rest of the entire series.
It's like, hey, you can have these sand robes. Everybody gets a sand robe.
yeah, basically brown robes. That's your fucking uniform.
Thanks, Oprah. Everybody gets a brown robe.
Yeah, and and like, you know, so somebody just took that and it's like, oh, that's their uniform for the rest of the entire series. Jedi just look like that the entire time. It's like that you don't have to be that way. He only wore them because he was on fucking Tatooine. Like, that's not whatever.
Dude, that's a complaint I have too. You're preaching to the choir. Lots of people agree.
Yeah.
TLJ Screwjob says, look how many survived Order 66 and Disney Inquisitor stuff just serves to make Vader look incompetent to new fans. 1,000% with you on that one. Well, 100%, because there's no such thing as 1,000%. Force Unleashed made some sense. Yeah, I agree with both of those sentiments, but that's my issue, man. Darth Vader was the bad guy, the baddest of the bad. I mean, AFI had him listed at what, number 1 or number 2 under Nurse Ratched, maybe? Like, Darth Vader was that's
I love that that's the fucking barometer. Fucking Vader and Nurse Ratched are constantly battling for fucking the number 1 spot.
She's the worst piece of shit on the oh my god.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, she is.
Oh my god. We'll save my love of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest for another show. Dude, we might even talk about
such a good fucking movie though. So good.
Oh, dude, yeah.
God.
But it's like Darth Vader just is like a law of he is a law of diminishing return with what they keep doing to the character. I liked the fact that he was the baddest of the badasses. And what happened is Disney, in an attempt to add more to the Star Wars lore, they've made Star Wars just another genre property. Like, you used to talk about Star Wars in the same category on the AFI list as, you know, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Citizen Kane, Gone with the Wind. Star Wars was in that category. It was like a modern classic. Everyone respected it. It is way more kiddified now. Like, even with the prequels, people like were able to divorce the prequels from the originals and be like, well, those are the new ones, but the original ones are high art. And like the shit that Disney produces takes away the high art conversation.
Yeah, because it's just corporate bullshit, and you can't get high art from corporate bullshit. That's not how that works.
You can't. Xavier to God, thank you very much. He says, it's like the reason why Vader took Starkiller to train him, because Vader didn't have the potential to overthrow the Emperor alone anymore. I like what the game did. I like that game. I didn't like the second one. Dion, didn't you buy all the DLC for the second one where you get to kill the original characters?
Yeah, I did it for 1 and 2. Yep.
You were huge into, dude. I gotta say, there was a point in time where you were carrying the Star Wars mantle higher than I was. Like you were supporting it more. I was like, look, I'm here for the fucking movies and the Clone Wars. You're like, no, I gotta get this game. I'm like, well, I gotta get these action figures. So you're representing Star Wars well, man.
Good. Yeah, man. Those, the second one was super fucking short, but it was.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh, I was so pissed off at the second one too. I was like, what? That's it?
I know.
What's going on
like,
here?
Fuck?
Xavier to God, thank you very much again. He says, technically Darth Maul wasn't even a Sith Lord, just a Sith assassin. And even Count Dooku wasn't a Sith Lord, just Dark Force user, tricked by the Emperor.
That's yeah.
No, he gives him the name Darth Tyrannus, so he is, at least he's high enough to where he gets the title of Darth.
Right.
But remember, Anakin was added to the council, but the rank of master he did not receive.
What? This is insulting. This is outrageous.
Things only the Sith know.
We need to bring that goddamn back. We need to bring that back.
Yeah, we'll have a button. Things only the Sith know. I got to make new buttons and refresh them because people love them. I just am like, yeah, do I want to watch? Oh, I'm going to send you guys this video. So I have this weird editing program I play around with, and I was able to tie in a video of me at the Funko Pop headquarters, a movie clip, and the motorcycle crash where the guy gets hit, like that we watch on the channel all the time. And the way it edited it, it like cuts away from me and it goes right to the guy hitting the car. It's great. If you guys like it, I'll add it to Patreon. I called it WCBS shit posting just for fun. So, Ninja Lawyer Steve, thank you very much.
Oh, there are angels in the outfield because that's where I had the
too late
bodies.
for that shit.
Ninja Lawyer Steve, that's a Buffalo Jeff catchphrase.
That was the most dad thing I've heard Dion do ever. He's like, too late for that shit.
Yeah, it is too late for that.
Stop it, go to bed.
So Nick, Dion and I were very inebriated, and I mean on more than just alcohol. But there was a moment in time where I thought I'm going to do the Buffalo Jeff voice, but I thought it might break Dion's psyche.
I'm glad you didn't, because I was very delicate at that time.
I know.
Oh my god.
But I was so
I'm like, baby, take me to bed.
Could you imagine if your old pal Buffalo Jeff visited?
Nope. Nightmares ensued.
Yeah, trip you'll never come back from. John Thomas, thank you very much. He says, any of y'all Babylon 5 fans, thoughts on the reboot? Straczynski is involved and hopeful, but I don't trust Hollyweird.
I think it's a bad idea. I'm not a Babylon 5 fan. Actually, this was something I need to go back and actually watch because I've heard wonderful things about it. Yeah, whenever they reboot things like that, just not a fan. They're doing it with Quantum Leap. The Quantum Leap, like the reboot's coming out. I keep seeing pictures for it and stuff, and I'm just like, no, just don't.
We know he finally returned home.
Night Court's getting remade too.
Yeah, and I'm the pictures of that as well. And I'm just like, it doesn't make sense. Just don't do it.
Yeah, I was never really into Babylon 5. For me, being a hardcore Star Wars fan, I wish that was kind of soap opera-y. But, I've always been down to watch it. In terms of remaking it, I'd prefer not to remake it. I always thought Babylon 5 was in that perfect place of 90s TV sci-fi camp. And remaking it kind of undoes that. So, yeah, I'm not about it. But, hey, I'm going to leave that to the OG Babylon 5 fans to give me more information on that shit.
No, definitely.
Yeah, I'm same sentiment here. I wish it well. I mean, J. Michael Straczynski, I haven't watched Babylon 5, but I read all of his Spider-Man books, so I'm aware of his work. I wish everyone out there luck. But how many revivals turn out good? DJ Nieves the fourth, thank you for both of these. He says, hashtag boycott Love and Thunder. Folks, you got to do what you want to do. Can't really never been that kind of channel. We've never done that here. But if you feel the need to, you feel the need to. You got the need for speed. Kendo knows what you got to do with that too.
Hell yeah. Shoot down some fucking Soviets.
Or give them the finger, you know?
That too.
It's the same thing.
While he was inverted.
Inverted,
right.
yes. Yeah.
Kendo, I have to tell you something off air about a Top Gun faux pas that you'll probably chuckle at.
Okay.
GG Neves the Force says, can you transfer the super chats and stickers we give you to the Wokebusters campaign? Sure. All goes to the same place at the end of the day. So thanks for showing up, man. I appreciate that. Basara549, we did read yours about the Top Gun soundtrack. Thank you very much. We did read DJ Nieves the Force about the trigger warnings. TLJ Screwjob asks, so would it be fine if the donkey dick was soft?
I mean, nah. It's like 1A, 1B.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Cesaro Japan. Pop quiz. Name the other two models in the Annihilator 2000 promo reel other than Julie Strain from Beverly Hills Cop 3. Well, fuck. I couldn't have even named Julie Strain in the first place, even though I could have guessed her because I know 90s buff models who are sadly no longer with us.
Yeah.
But yeah,
an Eastman.
Yeah. I have no clue. Would you like to tell us Cesario Japan, or should I look that one up? I'll look it up in a minute.
Tell me.
The only thing,
Italia.
yeah. I sit on it, but I can't take it with me. Chair. How is that one hard? Like, he's a computer programmer, and a 6-year-old in Ohio figured that one out the first time he watched it. Like, the knockers joke is great. I didn't get that one as a child, but the fucking chair part, I'm like, come on, you're supposed to be smart, lady. That's why I used to shoot her. That's why I used to shoot her in the video game.
Don't know what a fucking chair is.
Honestly, I would shoot her in the video game because her dumbass would run in front of me. Like, I'm shooting with the AR-33.
That's usually what happened.
Natalia was so dumb. Like, we have come
Oh my god,
so far. But I think we can all agree escort missions still suck. Nobody likes an escort mission.
Nope.
Goku McDuck, again, I love your screen name, but thank you for your message. He says, the super chat does not let me say that Gadget and Zipper happened in a highly explicit way. 42 fly mouse hybrids. Ugh.
Oh, that's weird.
Ugh. And then Andrew Clark, he says, Disney NT Red, the RR fan base, Gadget had a fly baby. Ugh. Ew. I don't want to talk about fly
Really?
babies.
This is the company that people love and want to give all their fucking money to? They do this bullshit?
Yeah.
God.
So, folks, that's it. Let's just go. I feel kind of gross after hearing about that one.
Yeah, that's too much. I'm sorry. That's beyond. No.
There's a guy in the chat with a screen name of Salad Ass. Hi, Salad Ass. So, folks, we're going to get out of here. Nick, is there anything you want to say to the listeners before we put this baby to bed?
No fly hybrids, goddammit. No.
No flybrids? Got it. Quoted. Now, folks, remember, Dion may be evil, but he's not racist. And that is quoted to Jim Dudass. So that is the takeaway from tonight's show. Kendo, Dion, is there anything else you'd like to say before we go?
Join us on Twitch. Follow us on Twitch. We're on there now trying to pump it up. Let's go. Join us on Twitch.
Go watch Top Gun 2.
Electric Boogaloo. My closing thoughts will be, folks, it is summertime, which means it is hot out. So grab a t-shirt. Grab yourself a WCBS t-shirt. Next week, we will unveil Robocoke, and we will also have the rotation going of our user-submitted t-shirt titles. Part of the fun. So you guys can recommend it, wear it out in the real world. Let's have a good time together. So next week will be Robocoke. Who knows what turd title will be on your chest next time? It might just be Amber Turd. Who knows? But until then, folks, go over to Shop WCBS. Go check out WokebustersComic.com. But hang out with us this weekend. We're going to be live from the convention. If you're not into that sort of thing, we'll check out the toy videos because you subscribe to this channel, so you probably like the toy videos. But next week, we're going to have a lot more content, and we're just going to keep on keeping on. So until then, folks, be smart, be safe, be cool, but always be excellent to each other.
.com.
Who's that Pokemon?